Alright, we're live.
Alright, welcome to another week of Jaygeons and Dragclarks. I am your Dungeon Master, Jay Clark, taking a whole bunch of friends through Curse of Strahd. In last week's session, you guys made it to Krachik, made a tenuous deal with the Burgomaster there, who believes that the arrival of those who want to fight Strahd will only lead Strahd and highlight this area for intervention. By turning your gnome into an asshat, you're able to prevent disruptions to your plan to get in through the gate, which is kind of get in, get out. You got to St. Markovia's Abbey, found a corrupted diva was digging up corpses of the deceased, and then turning them into flesh golems, believing that if he made a good enough flesh golem to be the bride of Strahd, he'd eventually chill the fuck out. After discovering this and his past attempts at creating the mongrel folk, out of the Belmont family, or the Bellevue family, whichever last week's session said correctly, because I don't have that page right now. You found Esmeralda Diavenir in the hospital office on the second floor. She kind of had half of a plan, the same half of a plan you guys had when it came to killing Strahd. You guys agreed to team up, and the first task that you guys did as a team was to slay the corrupted diva. You guys are now in the laboratory of the diva, all together, standing over the planar being's corpse. So, the fighting mongooses, what would you like to do?
Irina, what were you? Not Irina. Esmeralda, what were you doing here? Like, what was your goal in working with the diva?
I was never quite working with the diva. You see, I knew I couldn't kill him single-handedly, but this hospital has information from the first war against Strahd. So I was looking for records, seeing... I could look through the wounds of the deceased in the hospital records to see how the aftermath and things to look out for.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I mean, I was just looking for information. As you could see this, exwangination. Sorry, I'm not a doctor. Just there's some individuals who are just completely drained of all blood. Others high blunt force trauma that seems to have come with. It was either massive gargantuan blows, or hold on a second, my roommate's coming in. What's up, Kevy? Hey, Jen. How you been? Good. Oh, I'm doing all right. You go ahead and get out of your bed.
No, you're fine. Right? Yeah. Check. We have to do the only thing I missed.
Aaron and Dad, I don't see you guys in the Roll20 game yet.
Oh, shoot. That's because I'm not in it yet.
I have it up. There's nowhere to join.
Sorry, just no tires.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to join?
Had to say launch game instead of join game.
Yeah, they did. They changed it to launch game. I don't know if you see that instead.
Fancy.
Changed it.
All right.
Good looking out.
Yeah, I'm not launching anything. What am I, fucking NASA?
Yep.
Roll a d20 to see if you are NASA.
What's NASA?
It is the National I got nothing.
Strahd Association, duh.
Yeah, there you go. Just created.
We are NASA.
Good work, Lucian.
Thank you for bringing me home there.
Anytime.
All right. So lot of exsanguination. Once again, not a doctor. High blunt force trauma, which leads to me to believe that it is either large creatures or just repeated blows to individuals that brought them down. Some of them look like absolutely arcane wounds. So, what's the plan? I'm assuming that your entire plan didn't just say, "Hey, come find me." What's going to be next?
Well, we're searching for items that can help us defeat Strahd. We part of our next stop is going to Berez to find the bones of Saint Andrel, so that we can bring them back to the wow, so we can bring them back to the church in Valakai, so that they can bless our weapons.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
But we also have we have it on good authority that Baba Lysaga is also located there.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
You know of Baba Lysaga?
Yeah, I do. That was according to folklore, of course. The one who was the midwife of Strahd, and there's a really creepy relationship there.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah. She's also what's the best way to say this? Oh, I got this. Magic as fuck.
So, as far as like what we were told by what was her name, Madam Eva.
Yes.
There's like a symbol of hope located there. At least that's what I have written down. So I'm guessing it's some sort of amulet or something.
Plop 5 cards down and flip them over and tell you what happened. Did she?
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, Esmeralda reaches into her boot and pulls out a deck of cards. It was like, unfurls them. Did they look anything like these?
Did they look like those?
They did look like those.
Yeah, those are them.
All right. Well, if you can remember what the card looked like, I'm pretty sure we can figure out what she said.
The Conjurer card, I believe, is that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I have to go all the way back. Changing chapters, they are so fun. The Conjurer. Yeah, that's associated with a dead village drawn by a river, ruled by one who's brought great evil to this world. That definitely sounds like where Baba Lysaga lives.
Yeah, it seems pretty likely to me.
Any others you need help with?
Is the Trader card the one about the tome? Because I know you and I were talking out of game, and you mentioned a tome, but I don't have like a tome written down.
Artifact of strength.
So the Trader, yes, she flips through, shuffles a couple of times. It's almost like she was going one card down, gets a little bit worried, and then boom, finds it. Yeah, this one says, oh, okay. Look for a wealthy individual, staunch ally of the devil. Devil in this case, likely Strahd. Keeps the treasure under lock and key. Okay. You got a lockpick, right? With the bones of an ancient enemy. Treasure is hidden in... Yeah, I got nothing. I guess we have to find people who are likely to be, backstabbing, conniving assholes.
Guys, is it just me, or does it seem like... So, like, the Trader card and the Conjurer card, those, like, seem like they blend together, don't they? Like, the Bones of an Ancient Enemy, doesn't that sound like it would be St. Angel's, considering his bones are missing?
It does.
There's a lot of dead people here. Let's not throw all of our eggs into that basket.
Right, no, it just seems like there's a lot of, like, kind of...
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Definitely. There's some overlap there.
Alright, guys, what do you think we should do next?
Sounds like we need to go do something about this baklava or whatever this person's name is.
Good old archdemon baklava. With their henchman Strudel.
Don't forget Schnitzel. He's a badass.
Oh yes, but he's not really a henchman though. He's more of a mercenary.
I mean, we could head towards Argina Vosthalt, because it's kind of on the way to Berez. I know we've been pointed that direction a couple times.
Where's the place where this possible amulet is supposed to be underwater somewhere?
So it says in a dead and drowned village ruled by one. I'm thinking at least that means that it's in Berez.
Yeah.
Can we go look for that? It might be helpful. Another step along the way of constructing whatever devices or procedure we need to kill Strahd.
I have to say, I see his logic.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely head off towards Berez. I know that based on the map that we have, that Argina Vosthalt Abbey is along the way, so maybe we can make a quick stop and get some more power before trying to take on Babala Saga and Berez.
I will have to warn you about Argina Vosthalt. It's probably not exactly what you're expecting. I haven't been there personally, but from the field reports I've read, from Van Richten, there seems to be a pretty heavy corruption in the area. Not quite like this and points outside to where all the mongrel folk are, but I think it'd be best if we were on our guard.
Sure.
Speaking of the mongrel folk, if they were under control of this planar being because he created them, are they also like inactive? Do they revert back to being just dead pieces?
These were two different experiments. I don't quite know what to expect, but then again, nothing here really seems conventional.
I'm just trying to figure out if we are gonna or should expect that we have to battle our way out of here.
Most of them were under lock and key anyway, or chained up. Mm-hmm. However, for safety's sake, go out the window.
Yeah, I'm okay with going out the window.
Do we need to break the window? He's bigger. He's strong enough. He can figure out his own way. At this point, she's pointing at both Hagrid and Crispin.
All right, I'm gonna just charge out the window and cast Featherfall on myself.
All right, the fall's about 3 feet. You're fine.
Oh, yay.
Roll a acrobatics check to see if you're able to fit through the window.
That is a 4. So, and adjusted is a 5.
You begin to take a running jump, and you come right through. And you remember in the Pooh when Pooh's trying to get down the rabbit hole when he's had just too much honey. We get a real nice, clear view of whatever is covering your ass right now.
Oh, nice. Hagrid, second wave, push me through.
You really expect me to push your butt?
I expect someone to push my butt.
Just taking an ugly turn. I'm going to try going out the other window and pulling.
All right, so you're out the other window. I'm going to have you make an athletics check because I'm going to, based off of my assumption, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're just going to lower your shoulder and try to blow a hole through the window.
Holy crap. Good thing I have a +7 on that, so that gives me a 12.
So on your first attempt, you weren't able to break the window to its appropriate size, but there's a whole bunch of cracks along. It's definitely weakened. Go ahead and make another athletics roll for your second attempt.
Oh, good lord. That dice is going to jail. How about a 9?
A 9, you see more and more cracks. This one less so than the first. I think you lost your breath a little bit, seeing that a stone wall was, well, a stone wall. It looks fairly weakened right now and primed for the taking.
Well, I don't know if this is just stupid, but I'm almost thinking give up on the window. I'm going to go fight some fucking mongrels. It's got to be easier than getting out a window.
I mean, this is more just making sure it's a shape that you can empower through. You've very decent progress so far.
A 12 again.
That's enough. So this time, just because of the weakened walls here, this has been something I've been standing up for hundreds of years. And based off the fact that there's only 3 creatures in here that were sentient and able to move around, probably in less than great shape. This time you blow through. It's like the Hulk going through Manhattan at the end of the Avengers, and you're now on the other side. You fell about 3 feet, and you 3-point landed. You look like a goddamn Goliath superhero right now.
Sure don't feel like one. All right, I'll go over and grab Crispin and pull him through the rest of the way.
I'll push on Crispin's butt with my shoulder from the other side.
All right. I'm not going to make you roll for that. It takes about 30 seconds, and then you finally get the awkward bard through the first window.
Thank you, guys. Next time I'll remember I have magic.
Then I go
Oh,
up
by the way, the feather fall, you do 0 points of fall damage.
Nice. Thank God I used that.
Feather fall was definitely worth it.
I'll follow out the hole that Hagrid made.
Okay. Yeah, you get out. Tony, at this point.
There's nothing but net.
What's up?
I said it should be big enough that there was nothing but net.
Yes, correct. Turns out instead of it being like a little arrow slit, it's now a Goliath-sized hole. So I would imagine that's correct. Tony and Aes get through and kind of look at you guys and just go, "Hey, we'll catch up with you in a little bit. I got a few things I wanted to check up there." And yeah, they're gone now. So the remainder of the party is now outside of the building, and you begin to hear some bells. You look up at the bell tower. It's not moving. It's definitely not coming from the Abbey. But you see, as you look out into the town, you see bells along the wall of the town at the just going off. Half the entities around the wall are running around furiously. The other half are scarecrows and affixed to the wall, so they're not moving, but there seems to be some sort of fervor.
I know that we don't owe this town anything, guys, but we should probably check that out.
I guess you're right.
Sure, let's go. Murdered kill.
All right, then let's bring you guys back into town. St. Markovia's Abbey. We're going to... Oh my gosh. There we go. And as I back up a little bit on this, I backed up too much. There we go. If you guys zoom out, most of the commotion is looking on the southwest portion of the wall, right about there, kind of just west of the main gate where you guys entered the town. You guys quickly descend the switchbacks. You have left the grounds of the Abbey. You see a number of individuals, older, don't really look like they're in fighting shape, but they're hauling just arrows and javelins and anything that can be used against siege combat.
Towards the gates.
Yep.
All right. I shout towards them. What is it?
Warning bells. There's an advancing party. We're not quite sure what we're seeing. The recon Were Raven should be back in just a little bit. God help us all. Doesn't even stay around for continued conversation, just books it. Now, granted, it's an old person, so booking it is not quite too fast. Okay. You can easily gain on it, but the person you asked, this small dwarven individual, totally understands that time is of the essence right now.
All right. I make a motion back to the party and take off running towards the gate.
All right. As you guys get closer to the gate, how close to the gate are you getting, by the way?
How close can I get in whatever period of time you're giving here?
This part isn't really as time critical, so as far as you'd like, I'd say.
How about to right here at the end of this tree line, so I can kind of scope out what's happening.
All right, perfect. As you get there, the burgomaster, Dmitry Kretov, the one who you had this tenuous deal with, is going around. Random village people are coming in with supplies, and he's pointing out to where they need to go. There's a couple of individuals here that look like they're at the point of exhaustion this early on. The bells have only been ringing for, at this point, about 10 minutes, but the age of some of these individuals just going on. He sits there, he grabs them by their shoulder, and at this point you just hear, it's like, "You've done all you can. Get some rest. When you're ready to come back to the effort, we'll be more than happy to have you, but I cannot risk losing anyone today." At that point, are you guys being stealthy, or?
Yes.
While we're looking around the tree line?
Yes, I heard a yes, so...
Yeah, that was my plan.
He rolls a natural 1. He does not notice you at all. He's just so engrossed in the task of trying to make sure that the town cannot be besieged. He doesn't notice you at all.
Do we can't see anything, any like sign of what may be sieging the town?
No, because what's not shown on this map is that this town is absolutely surrounded in forest. So visibility, even if you're able to get over the wall, is obscured at best. your ranger, Leovin, probably be the only one that can have the visual acuity to see through the trees. And that's because he's had so many years of training at it.
And that's if he scrambles up to the top of the wall.
As far as you know.
Let's try to climb this thing.
All right, Leovin, I want you to, since I believe you were the one that said you wanted to be stealthy, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
14.
14.
Am I the only one who can barely hear Scott?
No, I can barely hear him as well.
Okay.
And his perception is not going to do it. So, yeah, go ahead and proceed unmolested. I'm sure if Tony were here, he's going to make a joke about that. All right. Now that you're up there, you're able to sit there and you're able to scan out through the southwest portion of the town. Just because of the thickness of the forest here, you're not able to see as well as you thought you could, but go ahead and make a perception check in order to try to find out what you see.
16.
All right, with the 16, you can see. It's not so much what you can see; it's more what you can hear. And as you sit there, you get down onto your into a kneel, and you begin to scan out. The trees itself are just way too thick, but you can hear moans. There's one, then there's another. And then it becomes almost countless as you focus your efforts on locating this. You're beginning to find a significant number of just slow-moving moans coming towards. You've heard these before in ranger training. They sound undead.
Can I see Leovin from where I am?
Yes.
I want to mime like a zombie to him.
Make a performance check.
5.
I mean, it's more you forgot how to use your elbows and knees than anything else. But Lucian, make a perception check to see if you can get the message despite the acting.
Let's see. That's going to be 20 plus 7. 27.
I mean, it's either you have, you're either being attacked by zombies or you're being attacked by the Tin Man from, oh God, what was the name of the movie?
Wizard of Oz?
Thank you. I don't know why I blanked on that. But you're sure it's one of those two.
I turn back to Crispin and Haggard and say, "All right, guys, the village is either under siege by zombies or evil pots and pans robots."
I really hope it's pots and pan robots. I'm prepared for them.
As you guys kill pots and pans robots, you get a nice, clean set of cookware.
All right. Is the gate like reinforced? Like, are they to be able to shamble right through the front door?
No, you doubt it. These are like iron doors. Throughout the years, Krajcik, based off of what you could gather, was trying to seclude itself from the world, and the walls itself can hold, but based off of its seclusion, it doesn't have a lot of advanced technologies. So you know they can hold out for a couple of days, but you know that it's not something they can just indefinitely repel.
And you said that there were people bringing arrows and javelins?
Yes. As you see, they're getting stationed off every 50 feet or so. Basically, every 25 feet, there's a scarecrow. 25 feet later, actual useful materials. 25 feet later, scarecrow. 25 feet later, actual useful materials.
Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I think I want to try to scramble up the wall to where the useful materials are. I have a bow and some arrows, but I don't want to run out.
Now let's take up position on the wall if we can and see what we can do about this.
All right. Just because the amount of time that Leovan has been up on the wall, Leovan, I want you to make another stealth check.
11.
You said 11 or 21?
I said 11.
All right. There's an individual from the guard. It's not Dimitri. It's just a random schmuck. Sits there, notices you, and notices that you're not a townsperson, and just looks at you, goes like, "Hey, what? Are you here to help?"
Yeah, of course.
Dude, of course. You seem very nonchalant about this.
Not our first rodeo.
Would be more chalant.
I mean, I guess somebody here has to be the nonchalant ones, and it's certainly not me, so I guess be as you were.
Can I see him?
Yes.
I yell.
This individual is like right about here on the map.
Oh, okay. So as I'm like running past to scramble up the wall, I yell at him, "We're heroes from NASA, and I defy you to stop us."
As he begins to scan around, he sees a guy with a big ass bow, bag of fluid. He doesn't know what's in there. He sees guys camping around with daggers. Giant guy with a lute. Giant guy that has more armor than he knows to do with, and goes, yeah, okay. Here's the wall. For people here that can't quite use a bow. Good luck to you.
Can I send or like bring like the javelins from where I'm at over to where Hagrid posts up at? Because I think he'll probably be able to use those better than I.
Certainly.
You look like a fine javelin hurling god, Hagrid. I think that you can handle these.
All right, Hagrid, for these javelins, all you need to know is they have a short range of 20 feet thrown and a long range of 60 feet thrown. They'll do 1d6 plus your strength and damage. And then there's a collection of 15 of them at your post.
Okay.
All right, at this point, I'm going to shift the page again.
Hey, Laven, can you tell which direction they're coming from? Can you do your spike growth thing to try to de-shamblify some of them?
I could probably do that.
I don't know how much spikes are going to do against evil pots and pans robots, but it's worth a shot, right?
You could get tangled up if nothing else.
All right, so as you are here,
Can I tell which way they're coming from?
you from the way that you've gone before is they're here, closer to the trees here too sign.
Okay. I want to try to lay out a spike growth in that area.
All right, go ahead and put down your spike growth. And then just for the color blindness in me, change your color to a different one so I can see it.
Yeah, you're right. That should be... What is my color? There we go.
Welcome to Jaygeons and Dragclarks, where all colors are welcome except for red and green. Fuck those guys.
As we stare out in a vast green forest.
Yes. Next campaign, I'm making a fire starter.
Frick, I made it too small.
How many arrows do I have by me, Jay?
All right. I guess I get to roll a D100. In this particular one, there is about
No.
45 arrows.
Okay, cool.
What
0
about,
crossbow bolts, though, for those wondering.
do I have some arrows I can pick up?
About
too?
45.
Okay.
They seem evenly divvied up. At this point, you begin to hear a familiar voice coming out to the south of where you are, about right there. Simply because this individual is a little bit more intelligent than you begin to see Rahadin.
Son of a bitch. I hate this guy.
He just comes up and he goes, like he shouts, he goes, Dimitri, payment is due. Long overdue. At this point, Dimitri does not look to be in earshot. He turns over, looks to you guys, and says, Ah, my friends. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Are we friends now?
He called me his friend? I've always wanted one of those.
He just, you see this sarcastic look on his face. Maybe he didn't quite mean it.
Oh.
Maybe this is just a little bit of civility. He just looks and just says, we were wondering as to why I was instructed out here. I guess I know.
I think he's talking about us.
Yes, I am talking about you.
So Strahd sent you here today to pick up his tithe?
I mean, Strahd's orders have always been standing. It just, this is one I chose to follow today. Known you've been here and heading this way for a while. There's only so many things west of here on Old Savage Road. You made yourselves very easy to track.
Or maybe you've fallen into our trap.
Have I fallen into your trap?
No.
Yes. Yes.
You know, Rahadim, as time goes, when I first met you, I thought you were just a piece of shit. But as time goes on, I'm realizing that you're more of the creepy stalker type.
Well, if that's what your thoughts are of me, just wait until you find out what's behind me. And at this point, he just kind of turns around, walks away, and alright, now I have to figure out if I can change things from GM overlay to not GM overlay. But Dow? Nope, that didn't do anything. Trinity? Help?
Is it like enemy tokens that you're trying to bring from the GM overlay?
Found it.
Oh, there they go. Holy fuck, Knuckles.
Yeah.
Tree's here too.
Wait, were those text boxes in the overlay as well?
No, we could see those the whole time. It says, wow, such trees. Hey, could this be an ent? Nope, just some more trees. Trees here too.
Yeah. This is what happens when the graphics department has to work. We miss you, Mike. So, what you see here is a significant amount of shambling zombies, which right now you as players can see, you as characters can't yet because the trees are so thick. These individuals here, skeleton archers. These individuals here, skeleton with longswords and a few other things. You got Rahadin here and his warhorse.
Oh, damn, Haggard, he's got a warhorse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. At this point, we are going to roll initiative.
Initiative.
I'm just going to roll everybody as one in order to speed up.
I got a 17.
23.
5.
And Esmeralda got a... Okay.
This iteration of Haggard is a lot less bloodthirsty than the last one.
All right, so 25 to 20.
23.
That's fitting. 15 to 20.
17.
10 to 15.
10.
5 to 10.
Me.
Meep.
All right, so we are starting off with Leovan.
And I can see them?
You know roughly where they're at due to sound, not so much sight.
Okay. Already laid that down. Crap. I guess I'm just gonna launch an arrow towards the mass.
All right, what's your short range?
Where did I put?
Is it a short bow, Laven?
Longbow.
Oh, longbow.
You should be fine then. Roll at disadvantage due to the fact that you're firing at a location, not at a target.
Okay. It's 150, but
Yeah. This isn't a distance thing. This is a you can't quite see it thing.
yep. Disadvantage hurts. That's a 10.
10, surprisingly enough, still hits.
Okay. And I will do 10 piercing.
Okay. You saw something. Yeah, you knock your arrow, you fly it through, you just close your eyes a little bit and release, and then you just kind of hear a sharper moan. Like most of the moans are at like C, and then you hear a C sharp.
Okay, sounds like that works. I'm going to shoot at the same kind of area again.
All right, go ahead and roll at disadvantage.
That's a 17.
17 definitely hits.
And 12 piercing.
All right. At that point, let's see here. I can do a thing now. There's a thing. At that point, you hear all of the C's, the C sharp. You're like, okay, perfect. I got this. You knock, close your eyes, release again, and that C sharp becomes a D, and then it becomes a silence. If C sharp isn't really a note, I'm sorry, music lovers.
Silent sharp.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Lucian, you're up.
Okay, I would like to knock an arrow with my short bow and fire it to the same area that Leovan was, because it looks to be about in range if I really work at it.
What's the short and long distance?
80 feet, so I can hit to back here. That's
Yeah.
the ruler.
Go ahead and roll at disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably not gonna hit. I rolled a 2, so that's a 9.
A 9 just barely misses. As you go through, you pull, release. You have no idea if you're successful or not.
As I end my turn, I shout over to Leovan, "How do you make this look so easy?"
My bow is twice as long as yours.
At this point, it's time for the Shambling Horde. Due to the thickness of the tree, everything here counts as difficult terrain for them. So there is 10, 20, 30. God damn it, this is going to take forever. 10, 20, 30. And let's move these down. 10, 20, 30. There we go.
By the way, is my sound better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm just going to delete that one. We're going to make this like Space Invaders. These guys. 10, 20, 30. He's probably in bow range. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. All right. What's that range there? Wow, such trees. Yeah, he's gonna have to roll at disadvantage in order to do it. So, yeah, they're gonna blind fire. Natural 20 and a 9, so that's gonna miss everybody. 17 and an 8, that's gonna miss everybody because 11 doesn't hit. 14 plus.
11 does hit me.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Are you just
All
wearing
right.
pants?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
5 of you. What we're going to count off is going left to right. So if there's a 3 on this dice, then it's going to accidentally hit you. Otherwise, it misses everybody. Rolled a 5, so that would have gone towards Leovan here. Leovan, is your AC higher than an 11?
Yes.
All right, the second one is a 17 on this, and we're rolling the dice again to see who it hits because they're just blind firing. That's a 6, so I have to re-roll. God damn it. 3. That one does hit you, Crispin.
No.
So that
No.
so that will do 5 damage.
Okay.
And then we'll have next ones here. This is the last of the 4. 17 and a 7, so a 10. 10 misses everybody, right?
Yes.
All right, perfect. The rest of them are just going to stay back for a bit. That moves us to Esmeralda. Esmeralda can't really throw a hand axe at anything, so she's going to hold a spell until people get into range. That brings us to Crispin.
All right. I'm going to start with my bonus action. I'm going to look over to Lucian and sing a little, "First you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again." Give him a little bardic inspiration.
All
I was
right,
missed shot last time.
take your D8.
All right.
And then I'm going to fire at the moaning masses with my silver hand bow.
All right, go ahead and roll at disadvantage.
All right, let's see. 14 and a 12, so 12 plus 3, 15.
15 will hit.
Nice. Damage is a 5, but it's doubled against undead, so it'd
This
be 10.
is true. There we go.
And that is my turn.
All right, that brings us to Hagrid.
All right. I guess I'm going to attempt to cast Sacred Flame in a non-specific direction, just generally in front of me.
Okay.
See if it hits anything.
All right, so what is the range in Sacred Flame?
60 feet.
And I'm assuming you're just going to fire straight ahead of you?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, certainly. Go ahead and roll, because... Roll a ranged spell attack, add your casting modifier. Because you're not aiming for a specific target instead of direction. This just kind of indicates how much your Sacred Flame can get through the forest.
Okay, so I'm rolling to
D20 plus your spell attack modifier.
like a regular spell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Crap on a cracker. 12.
12. Let's see here. We'll go. That's how many squares you're able to go from your location once it hits the tree. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that hit.
All right. 2d8 for damage. 5 radiant damage.
5 radiant damage, which, much like Leovan, when he hit a target and the note went sharper, his was kind of like a quarter note. It was just this quick little blip up. This is a sustained, different sound, because, fire doesn't resolve immediately. However, based off of the flame here, that line from Hagrid to the individual is now a light. The fire doesn't appear to be spreading, but once that fire burns through that line, where's that draw line? There we go. You believe that you'll be able to see clearly through that line. So you just made yourself a sight line.
Awesome.
No, that's not the line I want. Why can't I see things? Color blindness is annoying. Here we go. Can everybody but me see that line?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a line of, after one round, you'll have clear vision.
So then, as my attack action, I'm going to sheath my sword and pull out my crossbow.
Okay.
Grab one of the arrows that I'm hoping I'm standing next to.
Those arrows will not work with crossbows. You'll need bolts for that.
Oh, that's right, bolts. Never mind.
Javelins sitting next to you.
Yeah, I put the crossbow away because I don't remember how many bolts I'm actually supposed to have, so I'm going to assume I have none.
Okay.
And try to hit one of those bastards with javelin through the sight line I just made.
All right. Go ahead and roll with disadvantage due to the distance, but you can see it.
Um, 15.
15 will do it. Go ahead and roll
I'm
damage.
hitting modifier. All right, so D6. And that's 8 piercing.
That's included your strength because it was a D6. Absolutely. That's how math works. So that was 10. That's 18. All right. If I remember sight lines, I can make sure that the damage goes to the right things. All right. That ends your turn?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. We are back at the top. Laven.
All right. Fire some arrows kind of this way. Wait, where's my button? There we go. Kind
All
of
right.
towards the sun.
Go ahead and roll at disadvantage.
19.
19 will still do it.
6 piercing.
Okay.
Then the second one's a 12.
12 just barely hits.
And that's 8.
Okay. Anything else you want to do this turn?
Not this turn, no.
All right. That brings us to Lucian.
Okay. I want to use the line of fire to shoot at the end of that line another arrow.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll straight up.
All right. A 9 again, though.
9 in this case will do it.
Oh, okay. Oh, sweet. I rolled a 1 on D6, so that's 5 damage. 5 piercing.
All right. Despite you kind of almost screwing up your own bow, you barely get it off, and it, like, just by sheer force of dumb luck, you're able to put it right through its eye. You know, you couldn't do that again if you tried, and it just immediately plops over.
Woohoo!
There we go.
All right, I'm done.
All right. At this point, since the horde is up next, so you have to do this in segments. No, I don't want that damn skeleton to move with them. This is why massive battles suck. 1, 2, 1. Okay. What the fuck am I doing here?
Everything.
It's a chorus line.
3. We'll come back to.
We lost Hagrid's line, too.
Yeah, it got moved.
Ah, son of a bitch! All right. Here we go. Hagrid's line. Actually going the way that I want.
Perfect.
Line.
All right. So what was the spike growth damage? Telsky.
Oh, boy. 2d4 for every 5 feet.
All right. So go ahead and roll your 2d4, and then I'm just going to mark that down for every 5 feet they walked into it.
All right. There's a 4 and a 1.
All right. So 5. This is taking forever. Smoke them if you got them. At this point, Esmeralda just says, anybody got a joke?
What did the zombie say when it walked into my arrow?
What? At that point, no zombies can attack you, but some trees moved because of the sign. Trees here too moved. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. For these 4 arrows that, now that they're close enough, you can get an idea of where they're launching from within a couple of feet. You don't have their precise location, but the reason why is that these are flaming arrows. And then let's go ahead and roll to see where they're blind firing. That is a 12 plus 3, so that's a 15. That'll hit somebody. Let's see who it hits. That's a 6, so I have to re-roll. A 2. In this case, that would be Hagrid. 15 against your armor, or 15 plus 3, 18 against your armor class.
I have an 18.
Okay. Then that will do 3, 5 piercing damage and 2 fire damage. Next one's natural 1 and a 4. 7 plus 3, 10. 10 misses everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and let's see where that random arrow lands. Right here is got a flaming arrow down. There's nothing there that was flammable. Nothing happens. And the last one is a natural 20 and a 9. So an 11 would hit Crispin. Let's see if it actually does. That's a 5. Leovid, does an 11 hit your armor class?
Nope.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just making up these rules as I go here, Internet. If you see this and you don't like how I'm doing this, don't yell at me. That brings us to Esmeralda. Esmeralda is spending an entire turn just holding an action, not having any ranged elements. Kind of just looks to you guys and goes, "Ah, fuck this," as she begins to jump off of, like vault the wall and come down. So that brings us to a athletics check. No, acrobatics. That's a 13, so she'll end up taking 3, 8, 13 points of fall damage. And is going to cast lightning bolt on the trees in order to build up a little bit more visual. See if we can knock some of those down. Because seriously, trees, fuck them. That and Loot Crate, fuck them both.
Laven, how many zombies have you killed so far?
It's hard to tell, but I think 2.
Damn, I've only got 1.
All right, and acting that on the trees, and that is 100-foot long, 5 feet wide. So that line come down like so, and that's 8d8 damage to kill trees.
She just killed a bunch of trees.
It, based off of the things it has to go through, and wood not being a natural conductor, it's gonna probably fizzle out before the zombies, but that's not the goal of the spell. 7 plus 11 is 18 plus 15. Math.
Math.
7. So that makes it easy. 25 plus 15, so that's 40 points of damage along that line. So we'll sit there and say she's cleared out trees to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And that needs to change the color of my line then. Would somebody like to make a mark right there?
Sure, I
What
got you.
kind of mark?
Any color, just so we know exactly where it goes, because white on white is not going to be helpful.
How much farther does it go?
It is like, that's perfect right there. So that's a whole bunch of trees that just stopped learning how to be a tree. Just due to the force damage to its root knocking them over. So we've got 2 clear lines of sight. That's going to end her turn. That brings us to Crispin.
All right. I'm gonna glance down at Esmeralda and consider jumping myself, but then I remember how horribly last time I tried to jump off something went. So I'm just gonna
You jumped
fire a crossbow.
something.
I'll jump through something. Jumping doesn't go well in general. So we're going to go with the silver crossbow again at the moaning masses.
All right. And then just draw the line in which you're aiming with the ruler. Actually, no, there's a clear line of sight. It makes sense that you'd go after that.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead and roll straight up.
All right. 19 plus 3, 22.
22 hits. Oh, God, yes.
And, ooh, that's a 6, so double it, that's 12.
Perfect.
I'm going to double up on that shot.
Okay.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
That would naturally hit.
Naturally.
That is a 2. Would I double it for undead, so that'd be 4, and then do I double it again?
Yep.
Or just, so that'd be either 8 or 6, depending on how you want to do it.
I want to do 8.
Okay.
Because it's you double the dice and for a critical hit, and it's you double damage for weakness.
Okay, I like it.
Or at least that's my interpretation of the rule. Once again, Internet, if I have it wrong, do not tell me.
All right, and then I don't know. Do I have a bonus action with the rules still?
Yes.
So get a grasp of it. And so can I do a bardic inspiration then?
If that's what you would like to do, then yes.
All right, I'm gonna go a little different on one and give it Esmeralda.
Okay.
Just kind of yell, "Good luck down there."
Thanks. You too. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that is it.
All right, Hagrid, let's go.
All right. Do I have a clear line of sight to these skeletal archers?
The lines don't extend that far yet. You have a general idea of where they are because of the fire on the arrows, but you'd have to roll at disadvantage still.
Okay. And I am simply going to cast Sacred Flame again.
All right.
Can I see any of the zombies that are in the lines?
Yes.
I like to try to aim at the closest center of the closest group I can see.
Yeah, you absolutely can. There's this individual right here that you saw got hit with some silver arrows, and the individual right behind him. And that's from your line of sight.
Okay. I'll go for that guy right in the front then. With
Perfect.
Flame. And target must succeed on a dexterity throw.
All right, these guys have shit dexterity. Let's see what happens. What's the DC?
15.
15. He just barely made it. He rolled a natural 16 on a 0.
Damn it. All right. Then I pick up and attempt another javelin.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll to hit at disadvantage due to distance.
I thought you said I was...
So this is because you're at the long range of the javelin. It has a short range of 20 and a long range of 60, and at the long range you roll at disadvantage.
Okay, I thought you said the long range was 80, but okay.
No matter what, because it's beyond 20 feet, you'll be at disadvantage.
Okay. That's 14.
14 hits.
And 6 piercing.
6 piercing. That's enough to knock this guy out of the ball game. You found eyes as well. Well, undead eyes. Zombies seem to be weak at eyes, as you so believe.
All right, that ends mine.
Okay, that brings us to the top of the round. Leovan.
All right. Seeing the flaming arrows come at us, I just want to do a quick look at the wall if there's anything like we can use to do the same.
I mean, if there's some torches here and there, hold up, let me roll something real quick.
Where's Tony when you need him?
I mean, like if they already had up here, they had like the
Yeah.
stuff to do that.
Yes, they would have torches up here that are already lit, and then they'd have a few materials prepped for creating flaming arrows, counter siege weapons. Yeah, they'd have those.
How long would it take me to, like, light a couple arrows on fire?
As quickly as you can pick up an arrow and put it in a torch, that counts as a free action.
Okay, so I want to do that with one.
All right, you have done so.
And then launch it towards the kind of the center of the mass that seems to be.
Yeah, based off of the sounds, they're getting closer now. You're getting. You would imagine that you have a very good idea of where they are at.
Okay. Is this still disadvantage?
Yes.
18.
18 does it.
And then it's 8 piercing. And
And then roll a d6 for fire.
6. 5.
So that's 13 total.
Yes.
Help me math, guys. There we go. So that certainly that hit, and due to the fires and how close the trees are, this individual shape Alt for circle has now created a visible portion right here. So you now know that guy fully exists.
Okay, and then I'm going to launch a regular arrow towards kind of more this region.
Perfect. Go for it.
10
10 would do it.
and 8 piercing again.
Okay. And what was the guy you marked?
Like this guy.
Cool. Congratulations, guys. You can hit unarmored, undead enemies. All right. That's it.
And then I want to jump down off the wall.
All right. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Little 8.
8. So that's not enough. You kind of...
I do a reaction and cast Feather Fall on him?
You certainly can.
Alrighty. I would like to do that then.
All right. You
Tripped over myself as I jumped down.
Yeah, you sprained your ankle, but you didn't land as heavy as you thought you would have due to the magic of the bard. And that is 1, 3, 5 damage, rounded down to 2. Thanks to the feather fall.
Nice. That helps. All right. And then I want to kind of run into the woods a little bit.
Go for it. As soon as you get into the woods, it is terrain, so you'll move at half speed when you're in there.
I have what is it called?
Favored terrain.
Land Stride. so I move through non-magical difficult terrain with no extra movement.
There you go. I take back what I said then. You definitely maneuver almost as nice as Cake's going the distance.
Does he muscle for rank?
Oh, you know it. If you bring it fast on this empty tank. Cake. Banter. Is that all?
Yes, I'm done.
All right, Lucian, you're up.
Okay. I shout to Laven as he jumps down. One with the least amount of zombie kills has to buy the next round of drinks. And I also hop down off the wall.
All right, go ahead and roll an acrobatics check.
9.
9. Because it's a 30-foot fall, you'll still have to take fall damage.
Can I use my bardic inspiration?
Kristen, what kind of bard are you?
Valor.
No.
Damn.
Yours is for increasing damage or AC.
Damn.
3, 8. You'll take 13 fall damage.
Okay.
Hooray for the constant of D6 per 10 feet.
All right. So I'm down. I want to run through the line that Haggard's made. Is it still difficult terrain in there?
That is not difficult terrain. That is ashy terrain.
Okay.
Sacred ash.
Okay. And then I want to take a shot at the closest zombie that I can see.
That would be this one right here.
Okay. I'm going to do a shoot at him. Ooh,
This is not a disadvantage.
that's going to be a 25.
25, let me check here. That's higher. Yes, that would hit.
Damn it, another 5 damage. I keep rolling a 1 on that d6.
All right.
And I put away my bow and pull out my daggers.
You do so.
And then I I'm done.
All right. It is the Horde's turn. We are going to start off with the movement here. Go ahead, Laven. Roll your 2d4 for damage per square.
Okay, it's 2 plus 4.
So 6 damage per square times 3. Let's just make this simple here. Those cats, gone. These cats, gone. Turns out 6 times 3 is 18, which is about as much HP as they had left due to the peppering. This guy, go 1, 2, 3. That's still 18 damage. He had some existing already. He's gone too. Spike growth, man. Great anti-siege.
Especially when it's really weak enemies.
Oh, yeah. Let's move the trees here to sign. 1, 2, 3.
How much HP does the trees here too have?
What? Yeah, 5 feet per lightning bolt, according to existing dynamics. 1, 2, 3. Goddamn lines! Oh, I just want lines to work. DMing's so hard sometimes. There we go. All right, that puts these 2 zombies went through, and that was 6 per square.
Yes.
6 times 4, that will do it. This guy, 6 times 4, that would do it. I hate to say it, Lucian, but it looks like you're buying beers.
Look, I can't see the spike growth. I don't know that they're dying. I think I'm close still.
We'll count later.
This guy is going to make a single attack at Lucian. That's a 13 plus 3, 16 hit.
Misses.
All right. Then we're going to get these 4 guys. Why the fuck is that doing the thing? Why it be the way it do? You think it ain't the way that it is, but it do. But it do. The GM's gone full Charlie Kelly. Sorry, guys. At this point, these guys are going to dash through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rahadin and his warhorse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, increased move speed on a dash. And we're going to get these two interior archers can use the same line of sight. So we're going to go for them first. The first one is going to make an arrow at Hagrid. 16 plus 4, adjusted 20. Does that hit?
Yes.
That is going to be 5 piercing damage. And then this one is going to... The other one is going to make a line at Esmeralda. That is a 10 plus 4. Does not meet her AC. This one just whizzes right past her ear. She kind of turns around and just goes, "You're next." I'm sorry, you're next. And that's the end of those 2. We've got the other hordes that have to roll at disadvantage because they're blind firing. And where's my other D20? Natural 20 and a 5, that misses. 6 and a 9, that misses as well. And let's see if they caught something flammable on the miss. 79. 11. The 11 does do it. We have a tree in the back that's going to catch on fire next turn. Bam! Only you can prevent forest fires, mongooses.
We're NASA now.
Okay. Question. That ends the horde's turn. Esmeralda is up next. She's going to take... God! Matt Damon! In order to go through... 5, 10, 15, 20. And then she's going to cast another lightning bolt down through that line that she's already created in order to get some of them zombies.
Some of them there zombies.
I don't like damn zombies. You know, the lightning bolt goes... Oh, I'm sorry, that's 8d6, not 8d8. Dexterity saving throw. Yeah, that guy fails. And does it chain? Nope. Each one has to make an individual one. That fails, and that skeleton archer also fails. So all 4 of them have to take the full damage. That's 10. That's 18. Plus 8, 26. Oh my god. I rolled so damn well for her. That's 36 lightning damage to each of those cats. And extends the line. So, bam, 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 and you guys hear a cacophonous boom as she extends her hand out once more, and another lightning bolt comes through. And then you see a bigger hole in the forest and more ash than you would have ever thought possible. That ends her turn. Chris,
Talk to her later.
I look over to Hagrid, shrug my shoulders, say, all the cool kids are doing it, and I jump off the wall myself.
Okay, go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Okay, that is a 15 plus 1, 16.
A 15 was enough. You are able to go at half fall damage.
Okay.
So that's 3... 8 damage, halved to 4.
Okay.
And counts for 5 feet of your move speed.
Alright. Then I will use the rest of my move speed to...
So that line is still difficult terrain.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'll move to right around there then. I'm going to charge forward and start shooting off a couple more bolts at that guy right there.
All right. Due to now that you're in the thick of the forest, you can see enough where you do not have to roll at disadvantage.
Right on. 15.
15 hits.
And that is a 3 double to 6.
Okay.
I'm going to go at him again with another bolt. Oh, shit. I'm going to take those off my inventory. And that is a 10.
All right. This guy, you missed his eyes, but damn does he not look good. I mean, he didn't look good beforehand, but he still doesn't look good. He looks worse now, is what I'm trying to say.
That's nice. All right. I think
I mean,
that's...
he looked up in life, too, but he looks uglier now.
I think that's my turn.
All right. That brings us to Hagrid.
All right. This archer here appears to be in direct line of sight now.
I would say so, yes.
Okay. I'm going to give him a hi, how do you do with guiding bolt.
Yeah, go ahead. How does that one work again? Because
That's 19 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
All right. I'm going to cast this at second level. So that's 5d6 radiant damage.
Okay.
And one more because I only had 4. 14. 14 radiant damage.
So, as you sit there and your left hand gets put right on your pendant, right hand comes out, and the guiding bolt comes out as 5 different rays, one from each finger. They collapse. Yeah, they sit there and they hit various areas of the skeleton. One to the head, next to like the glenohumeral joint in the shoulder, the other one's the knee. And you imagine this would have knocked it down. It didn't do that. The skeleton goddamn exploded. Bones flying everywhere. If you had to guess, the highest one that went was the skull itself, which flew about 100 feet in the air to your best guess, and about 30 feet back.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the rest of them just kind of clink. They look nothing like the bones of Sandrel, though.
I don't suppose that caught Ramada in or whatever his fucking name is in the head by chance, did it?
Go ahead and roll a D100.
How do we do that again?
Roll a D10. The first one's your 10's digit. The last one's your 1's digit. If it's 0 both times, it's 100.
70.
It did not hit him in the head. It landed just in front of his feet. And you don't see this, but he gets a little bit frustrated, and he steps on the head and sends it into the earth a little bit, just out of frustration.
All right, so then for my attack, I'm going to try to lob a javelin at that undead right there.
The far one? Cool.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that'll be at disadvantage distance.
I think they're still too far. For yeah, it's still too far for anything else. Okay, disadvantage, you said?
Yep.
Ouch. Crit fail.
This one, as you throw, you remember in your javelin training course that you're supposed to throw it not like a curveball, but you did, and your elbow's a little bit sore, and you realize, oh, yeah, that's why they tell us that.
What's a curveball?
It's when a ball curves.
All right, that's it for me and my sore elbow.
All right. And then for the record, that's just flavor on that. There is no penalty. Leovan, you're up.
Take one.
All right. I am going to move in here. And
Okay.
my rapier. I'm going to stab this guy.
Go for it.
That's a natural 20.
That. Let me check here. Yep, hits.
Wasn't sure. With 11 piercing.
Okay, so what was the dice roll on that?
7.
7 gets doubled to 14. What's your modifier? Hello?
4.
So 17 plus 4, that's 21 damage. With the damage she's already taken, bam, plus 1 to kill count.
Nice.
This one, you notice, yeah, you remember that rapiers aren't too great against zombies because it's a piercing weapon instead of slashing. And then you stab him, and he goes like, maybe I need to rethink some of my conclusions about zombie killing.
You stabbed him in the head, isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, you stabbed him right in the throat.
Okay. Well, that kind of... Whatever. Okay, I'm going to attack this guy.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
18.
18, yeah, hits.
And a 6 piercing.
Okay. All right, that one, that was a little bit more of a regular strike. You remembered, oh, okay, this is why it's tough to decapitate enemies with a rapier. And then you just go back to, being a ranger. All right.
Hold on.
Okay.
Then there's this guy's within 5 feet. So I'm going to move there to hit this guy because I have my Horde Breaker.
That's right. God, you had that ability.
Yeah. That's what this is for.
Ah, zombies.
That's a 24.
Let me check here. Hits.
You never know.
Yes.
That's 11 piercing again.
All right. This is one of those where I'm not quite sure if it's a range here, that if you hit something too well, you just cleave right through it and it doesn't feel anything. No, that's it.
And then can I move kind of back?
You would incite an attack of opportunity if you move back there. That would be all 3 of them.
All right, I'll just sit.
All right, cool. That brings us to the Horde. So now I can start moving these individually.
Wait, what about my turn?
Oh, yes, you do exist. You're not dead yet. Go ahead.
Yet? Wow, rude. Okay, I'm gonna use my my flame tongue dagger to stab the zombie in front of me.
Yeah, certainly go ahead.
And that's gonna be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Alright, so that's 10 damage. Is that like doubled or anything? Are they weak to fire?
No.
No? Okay. And then I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Humanoid.
What's that?
No more than the average humanoid.
And that's another 8 with my inspiration.
So you use your inspiration and added 8 damage to it?
Correct, yeah. To be a total of 18 damage.
Yeah, that does things. Barely kicking as you slice through. You didn't realize exactly how tender the meat of this zombie was, and you sliced it like diagonally across its ribcage from left to right, and it fell, but the remaining arm and head are still kicking.
So it's still alive?
Barely.
Okay. Then I will follow up with my my dagger of venom to try to do it a kill. And that is also an adjusted 20.
That still hits.
Okay. That is 5 damage.
That's enough to do it. Lucian on the board.
It's my second.
This one was a very simple kill. If you watch the opening episode of The Walking Dead, when Rick Grimes comes down onto its knee, sits there, says like a few nice things about this little zombie kid, and then decides to blow its brains out. Yeah, kind of the scene that you saw there.
And then my question is, do I have my action surge again, or have we not had enough time?
At this point, you would not have had enough time.
Okay. All right, then I will be done.
Very cool. All right, that now brings us to the horde. Well, it's more just like half a horde now. But now, these 4 are going to collapse onto Leovan. These guys... Oh, nope, that's just trees moving. Let's get that out of the way.
I'm pretty sure there's an ent in there.
As a ranger, you have the best idea. Well, I've got this idea. Let's have them fight 40 things at once. There's no way they could possibly want to do that. Here we are 5 turns later.
We like killing stuff, man.
I really wish I had chosen this other ability that I got at level 8 instead
Called
of...
kill the fuck out of everything.
Well, no, there's another horde thing to escape the horde, so I wouldn't have attacks of opportunity.
I'm looking to see how that'd be useful, because you've got 5 attacks on you right now, 4 from zombies and 1 from skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll start with you on this. And flanking gives them... No, they weren't trained in flanking, so they don't get advantage. 13 plus 3, 16 hit?
I am a 16 AC.
Okay, so first one hits. That is a 19, second one hits. That is a 9, misses. And the last one is a 19 hits, and then the skeleton's arrow is a 15, so misses. He shoots right in between your feet because, you know, lack of muscles and all that. So in total, that leads to 12 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Then we're going to have an attack at Esmeralda. That hits, and that will be 4 damage. And then I'll attack against Lucian. That is a adjusted 21, so 4 damage.
Okay, I'll use Uncanny Dodge to have that.
All right, that's now 2 damage. This skeleton archer here is going to see you down the line and is going to fire an arrow at you, Lucian.
Okay.
And that is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
All right, that does 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
Now, because this dude is within range, the skeleton guy with the sword, he's going to prepare a spell, and Esmeralda is going to need to make a dex saving throw, and does. You see a mote of fire coming out from the sword as he just throws it along, and Esmeralda sees this with the 30 or so feet that she had, was able to dodge. But now there's some more trees on fire. Then Rahadin here is going to start moving. 10, 20, 35. There we go. That ends the Horde's turn. Esmeralda's up next. Esmeralda is going to make 2 attacks on this here zombie with her +1 rapier. First one hits. Second one was the same number, still hits. That's a D8 plus 1, 2, 3. What's it? Okay, D8 plus 5. That does a lot. That does even more. That does kill. This time she just kind of spins around a few times, does a few little fancy flicks of her rapier, and ends by sending it right up the jaw of the zombie, and you just see it go lifeless as she pulls out. It slumps onto the ground. That ends Esmeralda's turn. Crispin, you're up next.
Alrighty. Now since it's switching terrains and stuff, how far going diagonally could I get?
So for every 5 feet you try to move, it takes up 10 feet of your move speed unless you cross a white line. Then it's back to regular.
Okay. So I can get about 15 then, so I'll go ahead and... Oh, lovely, hold on.
And the sounds of zombies begin to be like small dogs. Now that there's less of them.
That's why I killed that one. I don't want any ankle biters.
This be a great time to cast Fireball.
Yes, unfortunately I don't have that. Now, since you get kind of two attacks, would I be able to use an action to dash forward and then still be able to cast a spell? How do you guys...
So, casting the spell, it'd have to be 2nd level or lower to count as your bonus action, because that should count as your main.
Alright, then I'll use my main action to dash right here.
Okay.
And I will cast Thunder at a 2nd level spell going straight out.
Alright, so zombies need to make a Constitution saving throw, right?
Yep, I believe it is 14.
Alright, so
Double check. 15, it's 15.
Nearest 3. That is a natural 3. 14 plus Constitution of a zombie. I'm going to sit... You know what? I'm just going to straight up do this because I didn't write it down. DM's neglect leads to DM penalties. And a natural 2. All 3 fail.
Very nice, and that is 3d8 at level 2 then?
Yep.
That is not bad. That is 21.
Okay, that's damn near max damage then.
Yes, it is. An 8, and a 5. I did the math right, yeah.
Okay, as you do that, those 3 get blown back 10 feet or 15?
That is 15.
Bam, bam, bam. This guy will get pushed back behind him because physics. Bam, bam, bam. Hooray, physics. The first three that you blew back into the other ones looked like it should have killed them, but surprised it didn't. But when they stand back up, it looks like they are on the very brink of re-death. There's flesh that was just torn off due to the force of the sound wave. You see more ribs now than you did beforehand due to just the rot. And then the other guy, like zombies, just kind of got brushed back a little bit, stumbled, fell, but got right back up. They don't look any worse for wear. But yeah, nice move.
All right, thank you very much, and that'll be the end of my move.
All right, Hagrid.
All right. I guess I'm going to have to get down off the wall because I'm not very effective with everyone else up there. So I turn around and I kind of hang on to the edge of the wall, my hands to try and lessen it, and I let go and get to the ground.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check, because between that and your height, if you maintain your grip, it will change a lot.
That is an adjusted 23.
Nice.
Yeah, you're easily able to do that as you sit there, and you've got American Ninja Warrior-like grip strength on this. You come down. How tall is your character? About 8 feet?
No, he's just a tad over 7, actually.
Tad over 7, so that would make the math just a shade over 20 feet on that. As you come down, we'll sit there and say that it is about 10 feet of fall. That would be 2 falling damage rounded down to 1. But that will cost 10 feet of your move speed just because you're a little bit more careful.
All right. I'm down from here, and I can only go 20 feet, and that's only if I'm in the area where it's been cleared out?
Yes, so if you're on a square that's connected to a white line, that would not be counted as difficult terrain.
Okay, so I can be there, I would assume.
Yeah.
All right, let me check something else here.
As you get through and now you're in the forest, you can see targets pretty damn clearly.
Could I have used dash to go further?
Yes, absolutely. That does eat up your main action, though.
Oh.
Unless you have something that allows it to be your bonus action.
No.
Nope.
So, all right, so if that would be my main action, I would still have my bonus action?
Correct.
All right, and how much extra movement would that give me then, say, towards Leovin's area?
It'll give you another full move speed. So if you had 30 feet as yours, you get another 30 feet.
Oh, that would help if I changed to the right feature.
I know, right? It's so tough.
All right, that is where I choose to move. And now
You have so chosen.
I am going to cast Turn/Destroy Undead.
Ooh.
So every undead within a 30-foot radius must make a wisdom saving throw.
Snap, son. That guy has to do it too. The warhorse has to do it.
Suck it, dead pony.
So that means I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of those. And what's the DC I need to hit?
15.
All right. Starting from the left. That's a 15 exactly. The Warhorse. 12. The Warhorse. What's the CR cap on that?
1.
Warhorse technically is not subjected to it then. Skeleton Archer next. Fails. I need to be on the right thing. Bye, Felicia. Zombie top left. Bye, Felicia. Zombie bottom left. Saves. Zombie top right. Bam. Zombie bottom right. And now for the 4 in the horde. Fail, 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 pass.
Okay, everything that passes still has been turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. So these turned creatures must spend their turns trying to flee as far away from me as they can.
Okay, so let me mark those then. This one, that's not the menu I want. This is there. All right, that circle means that they have to run away from Hagrid because they're baby back bitches.
And the horse too.
Yes. The fucking horse Rahadin rode in on. Okay. Well done. Class features. Fucking clerics. Anything else?
No, that'll do it for me.
All right, Leovin.
Man, well, that makes one of my plans a lot less useful and interesting.
Sorry, I thought it would be better to try and save your
No,
life.
yeah, no, it does.
Sorry for helping you, motherfucker.
No, that's yeah, good, but now I'm not gonna do something I was gonna do. I am going to no, I'm gonna go over here and stab this guy.
All right. Due to the turn and the fleeing, I would sit there and argue that the zombies are so preoccupied they would not be able to make attacks of opportunity on you. So go ahead, make your attack busted.
12
Wolf does hit.
for 11 piercing.
Yeah, that kills him. He had 1 HP left.
Nice. And then I'm going to stab this guy
Okay.
for 21
21.
and 6 piercing.
All right.
And I guess I can't use my Horde Breaker then because
What specifically is a Horde Breaker? Can you read that off for me?
once per turn when making an attack, can attack another creature within 5 feet of the other with the same weapon.
Yeah, technically you wouldn't be able to. No, there's 5 feet of distance in between these two. So is it?
Well, I was going to say, like, from the guy I just killed to this guy.
Yeah, then based off of that, it wouldn't count.
Okay. All right.
All right. Anything else?
That if I run away, is that guy going to have an attack of opportunity?
Yes, just the one though.
Okay, I'll let that happen.
All right, he strikes. That's a natural 4. Kind of trips over him, his or herself. You can't really tell due to the amount of rot.
Cool.
Lucian, you're up.
Okay. I'm just gonna attack the zombie that's in front of me here.
You do so.
That's an adjusted 20.
Let me check your hits.
For 9 damage.
Okay. This guy's looking on the ragged edge.
And then I'll attack him again with my dagger venom.
Mm-hmm.
That's 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Okay. And that's 4 damage.
4 damage. That's just barely enough to give you a +1 on the kill count.
Sweet. Up to 3.
Laven, I think, is heavily favored to get some free drinks.
Yes, and then I'm going to move forward towards the archer.
Okay.
Are we doing one, like, a drink per kill?
No,
mean-
whoever has the most kills at the end, or whoever has the least amount of kills at the end has to buy the next round of drinks.
I'm saying a round per kill that you have, that I have more than you.
I don't have that kind of gold. And then I'll be done.
Okay, that brings us to the Horde. Let's start off by getting the feared individuals. That will dash away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's for a full minute, you say?
Yes.
Cool.
Or
Then
until it takes any damage.
yeah, I think you guys are fine with letting those 3 run away. This one here, being a little bit smarter, he's going to head over this way to Lucian. And Lucian, I want you to make a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If he's marked, does that mean that he made the saving throw, Jay?
Yes.
Okay.
So he just moved away from you. Is as far as what I understood the ability to do.
It says for its action, well, at first it can't take reactions, and for its action, it can only use the dash to try to escape.
That changes things. And instead, they're going to go that way. Thank you for piping in.
Just helping out.
Yep. This one's going to come through, and now it's still going to make Lucian take a charisma saving throw, but 1 instead of 2.
Okay. All right, that's a 23.
23. That's enough. As this one looked like it was, as you began to look at this, you saw that its form begin to change. And it was no longer just a skeleton with the sword. It looked like it was becoming more and more like distorted and menacing. And then you just kind of close your eyes, you shake a little bit, and then you realize, oh no, it's just a skeleton with a sword. You're not quite sure what it was trying to do. You just know that it had no effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that took the dash, so it gets bonus actions only. And this one is going to throw. Now Lucian, make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. That's a 28.
Yeah, that definitely misses you. And in the path there, this guy's going to fail, so he ends up taking 2d8 fire damage from his own buddy's attack. Hooray for immensely powerful and not very bright. Rahadin sees all this and sees the importance of the cleric towards his horde, and is going to cast Misty Step as his main action to bring him right over there. And then Hagrid and Leovan, I need you both to make wisdom saving throws.
Wisdom. Oh, natural 20.
Okay.
I only got a 9.
All right. So, Hagrid, you'll take full damage on this, and Leovan, you'll take half damage. You begin to hear just absolutely terrifying screams of dread. At first, you're not sure where they're coming from, but as you locate the sounds, they appear to be Rahadin. He just looks at you. He smiles. He grins. And as it takes a while, you realize that all these screams are the death moans of individuals that he has killed before meeting you. And that leads to not that great. 5 psychic damage for Hagrid and 5 rounded down to 3 for Leovan.
Okay. I laugh right back at him.
And that ends his turn. That brings us to these zombies here. They're dumb as fuck. Who brings a zombie to a human fight? And that, I believe, is the end of what remains of the Horde. Let's go to Esmeralda. She's going to come through. 10, 20, 30, sees this, and is going to throw her... She's going to throw her +1 hand axe at Rahadin. And that's a natural 20.
Nice.
Yeah, so that ends up going 1d6 plus 3.
In a true
And-
Fight Club moment, the DM is fighting against himself.
Yes. Hey guys, you can watch me play with my toys while you guys all talk to each other. So that ends up doing 15 damage and gets lodged right into his neck. After that, she's going to force Rahadin into a... At this point, you see Esmeralda do something a little weird. She just kind of gives a stink eye into Rahadin and just goes, like, looks and goes, "I have seen your fate, and it has joined those of the flammable." And she begins to put in a curse. Rahadin has to make a wisdom saving throw. And his wisdom's +3. And fails. 4 plus 3 is a 7. At this point, you see some weird reddish, or if you're colorblind like me, brown lines begin to take over Rahadin's form. And you have a feeling that that's of some importance, but you don't specifically know quite what that is other than what she said. That ends her turn. Crispin, you're up.
Alrighty, I'm gonna start strumming my lute and step into position. I'm gonna cast Thunder at a level 3 on these cats.
All right, let's see that Constitution save straight up, because once again I forgot to write shit down. DMs everywhere, write shit down. First one's a natural 1 and a 5, and then the third guy is a natural 7. All of them fail.
Alright, that is 4d8. That is 12. Does less damage than the level 2 one. That is 17 damage.
17 damage, that's enough to kill that guy. And these both get blown the fuck back. Alright. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna swing and pull out my crossbow and fire at the head honcho.
All right.
Shit. That is a 13 plus 3. That'd be a 16.
Does not hit.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Are you allowed to inspire yourself?
You gave me inspiration for using
yes.
the medal. Yes, regular inspiration.
Go ahead and re-roll.
Oof, that does not help me.
All right. You felt really confident in yourself. You're like never so sure anything was going to happen. And just like most times people are inspired, nothing comes from it.
Okay, I got the motion down for next time, though.
Yep.
I'm still feeling good. That's my turn.
All right. That brings us to Hagrid to close out the round.
Lucian, question for you. Are you pretty much stuck right there?
I mean, I can disengage and run away, but I won't be able to run very far.
Okay, because I think I have something I can use to help you, but I also have something that I can use against Ramada Inn, and I'm not sure which way I should go.
Do your thing first. If I need to, I'll run over your way.
All right. Where did that go? Necrotic damage. Can someone explain that one? How is it different?
So necrotic damage is it's kind of like a effects from time or disease, depending on the source. It's just a damage type. Is there a specific question you have about it?
Yeah. Does it have disadvantages being used against certain creatures? Such as undead or vampire shit?
Not unless it specifically says. Based off of what you've seen of Rahadin, you have no evidence to believe that it wouldn't work. And with zombies and skeletons, you have no reasons to suspect that it would or would not be effective.
All right. You know what? I'm going to go a different way anyway. I'm going to go with my first instinct. I am going to cast Guardian of Faith. And I would like it placed right there.
Okay.
Let's make it right here.
All right. Let's sit there and find some random token. You said right there?
Yes.
All right, this Guardian comes down. He looks a lot like the Diva from the Abbey, except this one actually looks like he knows what the hell is going on.
He's got the right alignment.
Yes. And then that goes, any creature hostile to you that moves to a space within 10 feet of the Guardian must make a dexterity throw. Creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful. Guardian vanishes when it's dealt 60 total damage.
Guardian's got more hit points than I do.
No, it's the Guardian leaves once he's done 60 damage.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. All right. That was not expected.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to take my Blessed Longsword out at this point in time, and I am going to attempt a melee attack against Ramada Inn.
All right, you strike the building, and you attempt to hit a target instead. Go ahead and roll to attack.
That was really shitty. An 8.
At this point, he reads your attack and is able to dodge out of the way.
Crap. That'll do it for me then.
All right, that brings us to the top of the round. Leovan, go do some elf things.
Elf things, okay. I would like to try to hide.
Okay, as your bonus action,
Yes.
go ahead and roll stealth. And who specifically are you trying to hide from?
Rahadin.
Okay. So that is... He's got a passive perception. Where the hell is it? There we go. Go ahead.
I lost my spot. 16.
All right. You make an attempt to hide. What would you like to do next?
I'd like to cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Okay. You have done so. That would count as your main action, though, because you've already used your bonus to hide.
Yep, but I have a I have a second attack.
Not when you cast a spell.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it specifically says like when you take the attack action, you get an extra attack.
Gotcha. Okay.
However, if he has been marked up... There we go.
Can I set... I have a hunting trap. Can I set that up?
Not this turn, because that would take more time than what a free action would allow.
Okay. In that case, I am going to back up.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Or no, never mind. We're going to count that as part of the bonus action roll.
Okay.
Yep. That brings us to Lucky Lucian, standing there with the diva, or the abbot the way he was meant to be.
Does either of these skeletons have any damage on them yet? Have they been attacked yet?
This one right here looks like it has a couple of glancing blows. This one right here looks absolutely unaffected. This one right here looks to be the weakest of the bunch, but also has a bow in melee range.
Right, yeah. That's kind of why I rushed up to him. Sneak attack says that I get it if I have an enemy, or if an enemy of the enemy is within 5 feet of it. So would I have sneak attack on that guy because of the spiritual guardian, or guardian of faith, I mean, since it's an enemy of that enemy?
Let me read what the spiritual guardian is. So the way that this is, it's a large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration of an unoccupied space. Guardian occupies the space, is indistinct except for a gleaming sword and shield emblazoned with the symbol of your deity. In that case, it looks like it would not count as a creature.
The way that sneak attack is written, it says you don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. So as long as the spiritual or the guardian of faith is considered an enemy of that particular skeleton, then it should count.
Based off of your particular interpretation, I can see your logic. I'll allow it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Don't call me sir.
Does a 19 hit?
Just barely.
Just barely. Okay. All right. Let's roll all these die. All right. So that's 10 from the Flame Tongue Dagger
Okay.
and 20 from the Sneak Attack for a total of 30.
All right. This one, you find it sink in just between, just in between a couple of cervical bones. It comes down. It just kind of glances, squeams for a second, and it just looks right at you. You've seen some pretty weak ass skeletons before. This doesn't seem like one of them.
All right, I'm gonna stab him again. That's a adjusted 20.
That adjusted hits.
And that is 6 damage.
All right.
And that's going to do it for me.
All right. So, for the horde to start, I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and make those dexterity saving throws. And my interpretation for this is if they step forward to attack, that would trigger the Guardian's attack.
Yeah, I believe that to be true.
Yeah. Because otherwise, if it has to move an entire square, it'll never trigger its ability. So this one here ends up taking the full 20 damage. So that's 20 of 30. This one here is going to take 10 damage because it's saved. So that's half of the Guardian's ability. This one right here fails, takes the full 20 damage, but because of his weaknesses, gets blown the fuck up. And that does 40, which then beat the 60 out of that. At the end of the turn, the Guardian disappears.
I thought I counted that as 50, actually.
It had weakness, so it did 40 instead of 20.
Oh.
Yep.
10-4.
Yep. So then, the two remaining individuals are both going to make strikes. Let's see what spells they have. The first one, I'm going to have you make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 12.
A 12 will not do it. And you're going to take... Where's my other D8? There it is. 10 points of cold damage from a Ray of Frost spell.
Do I take half of that because of evasion?
You can.
Okay.
And then the other one is going to make 2 attacks with you with his sword. That will be a 17 to hit and a 14 to hit.
The first one will hit, and I'll use Uncanny Dodge on that.
Okay, and that one will be... Where's my T8? I just had that. 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Rounded down 3.
3, okay.
All right. This guy who's shacked in a fool... You know what? Just because of the fear and the full minute, those guys are shacked in a fool out of here. This guy, 1, 2, 3, back up to you. 1, 2, 3. There's going to be 2 strikes on our Bard Crispin here. The first one will be a 16 to hit.
Oh, yes.
And the second one, come on, actually get onto the mat there, will be a 15 to hit.
And it has suddenly dawned on Crispin he needs some heavier armor.
That'll be 8 bludgeoning damage total.
Okay.
At this point, Rahadin is going to... oh gosh, what is that spell? And watch, it's not going to be in this book. I'm just making something up for no reason. And this entire idea that I had was not useful.
Just put him into a position to fail.
As the section, Rahad is cast a duel on Hagrid. Hagrid, make a wisdom saving throw.
What's it called?
Compelled duel.
7.
All right. So here's the results of compelled duel. For now, like, you have been drawn to Rahadin. He provoked you in just such a way. Attack rolls against creatures other than Rahadin. And you must make a wisdom saving throw each time you try to move away from Rahadin outside of a certain space, which I'll let you know. If you pass the saving throw, you can move freely away from him. The spell ends if Rahadin attacks anyone other than you. If I cast a spell on a target...
Thank you for joining our day of celebration.
What?
Or joining us on our day of celebration.
Or if you end your turn more than 30 feet away from Rahadin. So basically, you want to hit the fuck out of him. And he is going to make 3 attacks with his scimitar against you. D20, D20. And his plus to hit is ridiculous. That will be a 17 and a 24 to hit for the first 2.
17 will not.
Okay, so that's 1 hit. The last one is a 16, which will not. That is 9 slashing damage from the scimitar. And that ends his turn. That brings us to Esmeralda. Esmeralda is going to use her bonus action to cast the cantrip Firebolt. Rahadin makes the save. Nothing happens. So she sits there, sends a mote of fire through. The red kind of tint on Rahadin gets brighter, as if it indicates something, for those of you who can see it, but you're not quite sure what still, as he just dodges out of the way. At that point, she's going to come up to him, grab her hand axe from his neck, and just try to rip it on down, making a hand axe attack. Adjusted 16 plus, that will hit, and that's D6 plus 3 for 4 damage. All right, that ends Esmeralda's turn. Crispin, you're up.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and use Thunder Wave at level 2 on these guys right in front of me. That's my bonus action.
So,
Or just Thunder, I mean. No, Thunder Wave, whatever it's called.
yeah, it's Thunder Wave. Let me make a Constitution saving throw.
4.
All right, you take full damage as well and get blown towards Hagrid 15 feet. And I'm not going to bother with damage on these guys. You still have to roll damage for Laven, though.
Okay. It will be... I am sorry. It will be 14 damage on 2d8s.
Alright.
I'm sorry about that. I did not realize that you were in the range.
Happens. I did that a lot when I had that spell.
All right. Anything else?
Yes, I will use my movement to get into position here. And as my main action, I will call upon my Twin Dagger Tattoo and use my longsword as a sneak attack.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit.
That is a 15 plus 5, a 20 adjusted.
Adjusted 20 would hit.
Okay, nice. And it is double the dice is 10 plus 2. That will be 12. Damn.
12 damage total?
Yep.
All right. This one, you sink it right in between some ribs. As you pull out, you see, as he begins to bleed, his blood isn't red. It's not sanguinous. It doesn't look like what vampires usually have. It's coming out black. Regular substance, like regular actual like consistency, just strange color.
My eyes light up.
As your eyes light up, you can sit there and go and realize, oh, this is just dusk elf physiology. There's no disease to him at all. He's not a vampire. He's just a motherfucker. Due to your elf anatomy and physiology classes. Is that all?
Yep, I think that is it.
All right. Hagrid.
All right. Since I am somewhat enchanted and decidedly less than enchanted by Rahadim, I'm going to allow the dark side to consume me, and I'm going to attempt to inflict wounds upon him.
All right.
Bump me in the ass. 9.
9 would not hit.
All right, well then I am going to just attempt a melee on him with my sword. A 12 hit.
But 12, unfortunately, would not hit. He dodges out of the way of that as well.
God damn it.
All right. Would you like to move at all?
No.
Okay. Then that ends your turn, brings us to Laven at the top.
All right. What were these two things on Lucian?
Skeleton war mages.
Well, I'm going to sneak around here. Okay, then I want to fire an arrow at Rahadim.
All right, go for it.
18.
An 18 just barely hits.
8 piercing.
Okay. And he needs to make a concentration check. Makes it.
Okay, and then another one. 24.
24 would hit.
I'm gonna also remember to use my cold damage thing this time.
Okay.
But it's 6 piercing and 5 cold.
So 11 total. All right, and he now needs to make a stronger concentration check. Still makes it.
Okay.
All right, all done?
Yes.
Lucian versus the shambles of magic bones.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to attack the one to my right that I did a bunch of damage to last turn.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
According to the paper here, that misses.
Yeah. And yeah. So I guess I'll try to follow up with my other dagger.
All right.
That's going to be a 14 to hit.
A 14 would not hit.
Fuck. All right. I'm going to use... Oh, shit, I can't. All right, I'm done.
What do you mean?
I was going to say I was using my bonus action to disengage and run away, but I used my bonus action to do an offhand strike.
Oh, that's true, yes.
So I'm done.
All right. That brings us to the Horde. The first one's going to make another ray of frost strike at you.
So I need a dexterity saving throw?
I got to remember if I did that right. Otherwise, I need to give you back some HP. It's a ranged spell attack on it, so go ahead and the cold damage I gave you last round budget that back, and since I made the mistake, it is not. We're just going to assume it's a miss. So that would have been 10 hit points back.
Okay,
So,
it was actually 5 because I used evasion.
So, yep, 5 back. He misses. The other one is going to cast Fear on you. So, Wisdom saving throw, Lucian.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. That is a 12.
Just barely falls to the fear. So at this point, as you look around, you see all of your friends beginning to. They're still heroically fighting, but one by one, there's enemies you don't quite see that hits them all with arrows, and they all fall, and you just see Rahadin around them laughing. None of this is true. Unfortunately, you don't know that. At this point, you are under the effects of the spell Fear.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. That brings us to Rahadin on this. And due to the compelled duel, he's going to make 3 attacks at Hagrid. Natural 19, and then there is a 23 to hit. And then the last one is natural. So all 3 hit. And that will do 21 slashing damage. And then due to the individuals around, I need Leovin, Crispin, Esmeralda, and Hagrid to make wisdom saving throws.
Pretty good at those.
17.
And that's
Well, 17 as well.
all right. And Hagrid,
Oh, I got a 12. I didn't know you could hear me.
okay. So what was the DC on that? All right, everybody but Esmeralda passed. And once again, that's shit. That is 13 psychic damage to Esmeralda. Everybody else takes 6. +6 7. As the screams of the past kills of Rahadin rattle your mind. But due to the fact that this was a spell that targeted more than just you, Hagrid, or an ability to target more than just you, you are no longer under the effects of Compelled Duel.
Okay.
That brings us to Esmeralda. Esmeralda, piss as hail, is going to try another firebolt at Rahadin. That's a natural 20, so that's 2d10 fire damage. Doubled. So that's 11 fire damage, doubled to 22. All right. So as she sends through, it looks like a Kamehameha wave from Dragon Ball Z. For those of you who've watched the show, it comes through. It Rahadin tries to dodge, but it hits him like dead center in the chest. And then you see as that like sort of red outline around his person comes up into even more flames, and it does way more damage than you've ever seen a firebolt spell do in your life. And at this point, he falls down to the ground, just to catch his breath, and stands right back up and just goes, looks at her and goes, so you're the one. And that ends her turn. Crispin, you're up. Based off of what you've seen, you have an idea that anything that causes fire damage, Rahadin now has weakness to.
Okay, and just a quick question. What is Rahadin wearing?
Rahadin is wearing studded leather armor.
Kinky.
He is holding a scimitar as well with a leather strap around his handle.
Oof. No exposed metal touching his skin, though. That I can see.
Stop my understanding how studded works. Because it's worn. I would say no, because you'd have clothing between the studded leather and him.
Alright, well that slightly limits my options. I'm going to use my main action to disengage from Rahadim.
Okay.
I'm going to move out to here, I think. Yeah, and then use my last level 2 spell slot to cast Thunderwave one more time.
Okay. And he needs to make a Constitution saving throw. His Constitution's +3. And that's a natural 20. So
oh, damn.
have the damage.
Alright, and that's a level 2, so that does 9, that does 10, so 5 damage.
5 damage. And that's already halved?
Yep. Yes.
All right. I would sit there and tell you that it did something, but it kind of did, just barely.
Fair enough. And it also ended my turn.
All right. That brings us to Lucian.
So what am I able to do on my turn?
So you are able to move away from the target that casted fear. So you can't move towards it, and then any attacks you make at it will be at disadvantage.
Okay. So it's the one on my left that did it?
Yes, the one on your right was the one that just tried to send a...
Another Ray of Frost?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to attack the one on my right so I can, basically run away from the other one. That is a 21 to hit.
21 definitely hits.
Okay. That's 8 damage.
That stab, as you come through, you just feel the remaining, what little cartilage in his rib cage begins to separate the sternum from the ribs, and then he falls down entirely.
Okay, and then I will take the dash action to run away.
All right.
Everything that's not a white line is difficult terrain, right?
Correct.
Okay. There's 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 60. Okay.
All right. Go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw to see if you get through the fear. Well, as I roll an attack of opportunity. It's a natural 1. That misses.
Alright. Wisdom, that's a 19.
A 19, as you begin to run, and you just sit there and go, it's like, oh my god, it happened again. All my friends are dead. What have I led them into? You run through Leovan, and Leovan just kind of sits just like, excuse me? And you go, wait, what the fuck was that? As you all your friends are still fighting Rahadin. Arrow to the next. All right. That's your turn?
Yep.
All right, we've got the remainder of the horde. Rahatin's going to be a little bit vengeful on Esmeralda here. He's going to make 3 attacks towards her. Holy shit. It's a 2 and a 4 that becomes a 12 and a 14. Neither of those hit. The last one is a 20, which will, and that does 9 damage. I wish I can math. There we go. At this point, Esmeralda just gets a nice little cut right through the arm. You now know what her bicep tendon looks like. Hooray! Then we're going to have everybody make another, as a bonus action, wisdom saving throw as the screams begin to penetrate, and this hits every.
I'm included in this one now?
Yes, it's within 30 feet of him.
Okay.
That's a natural one.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
8.
17.
Hagrid, this time you get half damage on this. Everything else takes 8 and 10. So everyone, Hagrid gets 10 psychic damage. Hagrid, you get 5.
Oh boy.
Yikes.
It's getting a little bit great.
Crispin, I look like hell, by the way.
Yep, I was just gonna use my my two things to get you and then myself.
All right. Then we've got our war skeleton right here, which is going to come 1, 2, 3. He's going to make 2 attacks on Leovan. First is going to be an adjusted 18.
I'm a 17.
All right, and the second one is going to be an adjusted 22.
Great.
And that's 10 slashing damage.
Yeah.
All right, and that ends the Horde's turn. Esmeralda's going to come up next and is going to send another firebolt. That's going to be adjusted. That will hit. So where's my D10s here? 2d10 fire damage doubled. Will be 15. This one catches Rahadin right in the face. His skin just starts to melt right off, and it's kind of like from Indiana Jones in the.
This is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
It looks like Rahadin just looked at the Ark of the Covenant. He is still breathing, but goddamn, does he look like an ugly motherfucker right now. And then she is going to cast. What are her spells again? She's going to cast Mage Hand in order to take one of her potions of greater healing, and she's going to feed that to, or toss it over to Leovan. Because it looks like he is the one that's worst off for wear right now. So let's see how she's going to make that toss. Natural 20. Leovan, you see a fastball special come in, exerting 10 pounds of force onto something that's very, very tiny. And in your free hand, you find just a potion of healing. Greater healing. When you drink that, it'll do 4d4 plus 4 healing.
Cool. Okay. Nice.
That ends her turn. That brings us to Crispin.
Alright, I'm going to use Cure Wounds at level 3 on Lucian over there.
Alright. Go ahead and roll for healing then.
Alright, that is 9, 3, 12 plus 4, 16.
16. Alright. 16 points back.
Sweet.
Nice. I'm going to cast it at level 1 on myself, which is 6 plus 4, 10.
Okay. So wait, you casted the same spell twice?
Yes.
I guess we did set precedent for that.
I'm sorry if I'm not allowed to do it. Then I'm more than happy.
No, it's
throwing a bolt at him.
precedent on it. I just realized how weird it was, but we're letting it through. It's happening.
Okay. And that is 10 points back to me, and I think that's going to end my turn.
Okay, that brings us to Hagrid.
All right. Hagrid, remembering vaguely a time when he was a different sort of a fighter, possibly a paladin, remembered that he has a a brand new tattoo. And
Oh, gee.
would like to see if he could use that in this instance.
You
So
can.
I take the hand that's holding my sword, and I move one of my fingers away, and I can't remember exactly where the tattoo is, possibly on the arm.
Yes.
But so I move the armor out of the way, and I touch the tattoo. And
As you do this, it shines bright, and, like it is one of the brightest lights you've seen in this plane. It is responding quite well to what you're trying to do.
and trying to conjure a vague memory of something called Searing Smite.
Searing Smite. Okay, roll to attack then.
That what sort of modifiers do I get? Would that be maybe unarmed?
So it's through your weapon on this. So it would still be plus your proficiency plus your strength modifier.
But is this using my action then?
So it's essentially because the tattoo lit up, your next strike that you hit on is also gain Searing Smite damage.
Okay, so was activating the tattoo my bonus action then?
No, it's a free action.
It's a free action.
Mhm.
Okay. Then, as my bonus action, I would like to cast Hold Person.
Okay, and that's a Wisdom saving throw. And what's the DC?
15.
That's going the wrong way here. Rahadin has a plus 7 on that. That's a 10. He is held.
Awesome. Finally get something fucking done here. All right. So then I am going to take my blessed longsword
Mm-hmm.
and attempt to hit him with it.
So
Do I get advantage?
you get more than advantage. I'm trying to, because he is restrained in this.
It's hold person, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Attacks against the creature have advantage. His attacks have disadvantage, and disadvantage on dex saving throws. Yeah, roll with advantage.
He's actually paralyzed, not restrained. So he's
Oh, okay.
incapacitated. Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attacks have advantage. And any
Yes,
attack
I
that hits him... Okay.
An adjusted 20.
An adjusted 20 is it, and roll as if you had a critical hit, because it was an attack within 5 feet of him.
Does my blessed sword value come into play here?
It does not, because he's not undead. He's just old.
Okay. So then,
Your Searing Smite at the second level does an extra 2d6 fire damage to your attack. So keep everything. Go with just the irregular attack first and double.
I want to cast that at 4th level.
The Searing Smite.
Yeah, if I can.
Based off of the way that your tattoo rules were, is that it's always second level for right now.
Only 2nd level. Okay.
It's not only, it's always.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, holy crap. He got 5 slashing from the impact.
Okay, so that was 5 from the dice?
That was 5 just for the melee attack.
Okay, what was the dice on that?
1.
So that gets doubled, so that's a 2, so that's 6 right there.
Okay.
Okay, and then go with your fire on that.
And I want to use, apply my Divine Strike to that also, which I get every time I make a melee attack. And that is 1d8 Radiant. Whoop, goes off the table. So that's 8 Radiant damage.
Okay. And then your fire?
Searing Smite is 5.
So that's 5 from the dice?
5 from the dice.
Yeah, that gets doubled up to 10 because it was a critical hit. That gets doubled up to 20 because of his weakness to fire. And then Hagrid, once again, deals the crushing blow. So this time, as you come through, and you start by just putting your hand out, and it's like a Darth Vader grip on his neck, and he's not able to move, and he just kind of trying to do anything to free himself up. Your right hand comes through, your left hand begins to have the shining tattoo on this, and you strike through his chest, and he just incinerates fully into flames. There is no Rahadin anymore, just the remains of his weaponry, and then a pile of ash.
I spit in the ash pile.
Part of the ash pile gets wet. All right. That's it. Levin, you are up next to take on the one remaining item of the horde.
First things first, I drank that potion.
All right. 44 plus 4 health back. And that counts as your bonus action.
Yes.
No, it's a free action because you drank it yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it's...
That was,
Hold up.
I mean, the second one.
No, it's bonus action. It's main action to feed a potion to somebody else.
Okay. My hunter's mark should transfer to this guy, right?
Yes, you can do that, and based off the time that's elapsed, let's let that happen.
Okay.
No, that's what we want, not that.
And then I'm going to rapier stab this guy.
Oh, okay.
Natural 20.
Naturally hits.
2 for the dice, plus 4, so 8 piercing.
Okay, and double your hunter's mark as well.
That's a 3, so 6.
All right, so that was plus 8, plus 6. All right. There goes your first attack.
And stab him again.
Okay.
24.
That hits.
9 piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Another 3 from the hunter's mark.
All right. This war skeleton is looking to be on the ragged edge. That brings us to Lucian.
Okay. I guess I'll have to use the dash action again to get behind this guy. Now that I'm no longer afraid of him. I'm not afraid anymore! And then I'll attack him with my Flame Tongue Dagger.
As you do that, the skeleton decides to throw rags in all of your sinks and turns on the water.
That's a 21.
That hits. Roll a sneak attack damage.
Okay.
Motherfucker.
Alright. So that's 9 from the dagger and 18 from the sneak attack.
How do you want to do this?
I would like to, since he made me see things that I didn't want to see, I tap him on the shoulder. As he starts to turn, I grab him by his clavicle, and I jam my dagger in his eye. And I give it a twist, and I pull it out, and I kick him, still holding onto the collarbone.
Yeah, as you do this, as soon as a dagger gets put in through his eye, the bones begin to fall, and then you just are holding on to there's just a random clavicle you're holding on to, as a whole mess of bones are at your feet. At this point, you guys have completed the battle. I need to use the bathroom. Let's take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Hallelujah.
That was a long
Sounds
battle.
good.
Yeah, before Hagrid destroyed like half of those zombies, I was gonna go T-Rex.
Oh yeah, because you can wild shape. That's funny.
Yeah.
Interesting. Keep
So-
that in your pocket for sure.
Yeah. It's just going to be a lot less useful when there weren't so many things out there.
Holy spit, guys. It's almost a 3-hour long battle.
Jay's back.
Alright, I'm back.
I'm back.
All right, cool. Who else are we missing?
I just got back.
So the only one I haven't heard is Crispin right now?
Sounds about right.
Jay, for future reference, creatures that have like a multi-attack, when it's like something makes 2 fist attacks, do they have to be on the same enemy?
No.
Okay.
So it's basically it comes down to how quickly you can strike. So you can you can go after different targets and you can move in between strikes.
Okay.
Sure she did.
All right, Aaron, you back?
Yes, I am.
All right, I think I have all 4 people here. We'll get back into it.
Alright.
Perfect.
Yeah, so the area southwest of Krachik begins to have its usual silence other than the burning trees. As you guys look around, everyone make perception checks except for Hagrid, who makes his at advantage because he's standing right damn next to it.
Wow, back to crappy rolls.
13.
14.
Adjusted 20.
Sorry, what are we rolling again?
Perception.
Perception. That is a 23.
All right. So the good news is, it was quite easy to see. What you expected was Rahadin's pile of ash to smoke for a while, but after that pile of ash kind of settles, you see that there's still some it's almost like a cloud-like smoke as opposed to true smoke coming from his scimitar.
His scimitar, you say?
Yep.
Can I pick up his scimitar?
You want to pick up a scimitar?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pick up a scimitar. Let me whisper to you
Ooh.
the stats of it.
Is it whispering to me?
No, I am whispering to you.
Is it saying anything?
If I remember how to do this, there we go.
Are you hungry?
Well, he's trying to figure out what's going on with that. Is there anything else interesting in his ash pile?
There is some studded leather armor that, as you take time to study it, is very, very well crafted. You find 10 poison darts. And you find an amulet. This amulet shows the Barovian crest on it, and based off of effort, has some sort of arcane properties to it.
I'll let Hagrid pick up the amulet, because I don't want to touch that. Does anybody else like studded leather armor?
I feel like Crispin could probably use it.
I could use something that has better armor class than 11. That's for sure.
Can we tell what's special about his armor?
As it comes through, this is not glamored studded leather like Tyrannus had, but this is just +1 studded leather, so it is quite well made. Looks dapper as fuck.
So either I could take it to replace mine and give you my old stuff, or you could take this.
You found the stuff, so if you'd like to wear it, it's all yours.
So what's this amulet look like?
So this amulet, worn over a chain, it has what appears to be a quite worn, about at least 200 years old. Has kind of a gaunt people that, based off of what you've been told of Barovian lore, look to be Strahd's parents. There's a arcane, it's not dangerous, but there's an arcane element to the amulet, and if you spend 10 minutes kind of just figuring out the magic on there, it allows you 3 uses of Misty Step per day.
Interesting.
Jay, does that scimitar have a name?
Scimitar.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was sword of burning or something like that, or is that something that I'll learn when I attune to it?
That sounds like something you'll learn when you attune to it.
All right.
But by the way, we'll give everybody DM inspiration for taking out the right hand of Strahd.
Nice.
Sweet.
You guys feel pretty damn good about yourselves for taking out one of Strahd's head honchos.
Jay, a little confused about what you wrote. So it requires a long rest to attune to that versus a short rest like other items?
Correct.
I'd switch out my armor and throw my old stuff at Crispin.
All right.
Just get naked in the middle of the woods, huh, Ranger?
What was your old stuff?
Is that unusual? Studded leather armor without the +1.
Nice.
Pretty druid of you, Leovan.
And I join him in getting naked. I strip off my current leather armor.
Dude, you're supposed to wear stuff under the armor.
I'm an orc. There's not much breathing room, as is.
Roll perception check, Leovan.
I don't want to see it. I rolled a natural 1. Perfect.
As far as you know, your armor wasn't adjustable, so he's telling the truth.
I thought that was a dingle check. roll to see a dingle.
That's what I
That's
thought
a
it
great
was.
way to
I don't
get
want to see
music.
this.
Hey, guess what? There's going to be unwanted, like deviant activity, and you can't do anything about it. It's a great way to get followers.
All right.
Not making dick jokes the entire time.
So, guys, now that we've gone through two fairly large battles, maybe we should, take a break.
Yes, my magic is running low.
Yeah, definitely need a long rest.
I'm almost dead, so.
Bitch,
Sounds
bitch,
pretty
bitch.
nice. Go for a nap.
At this point, Esmeralda kind of looking around, just goes like, yeah, well, I'm pretty sure after saving the town, we might at least get a free place to stay and hopefully a drink. You guys need a drink? Drink?
I'm not
they're
going to
on
say no to
loose.
that.
Orange whip?
Yeah, so I'm assuming you guys are going to head back into the city?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll head through the gate, though. I don't want to jump over that wall again. I'll probably die on the other side.
Smart move.
Now we could even reach the top.
Right, yeah.
As you guys begin to make your way through, limping, holding your wounds, but all of you still intact, you make your way through the front gates. They open them for you quite gladly because without you guys, they may not still exist. And at this point, Dimitri just kind of comes up to you guys, looks at you and goes, I don't really have I don't have words to give you the proper gratitude for this, but I'm sure there is something we can do to repay this debt.
Well, let's start with a warm bed and some food and drink.
Easily done. We've got some of the greatest beds up at St. Markovia's Abbey.
Anywhere with it.
Just kidding. I'm kidding. We will make sure the guest rooms in our domicile will be ready for you guys. We don't have an inn. We don't usually expect visitors, so I feel this is the best that we can do.
I think that works for us, right, boys? And
Yeah.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll need more than just a place to sleep.
I was gonna say, risking our lives twice for this town and only getting a bed seems like we're getting the stick.
Well, I did say a start.
You did.
You know what? Let's get you inside and we can continue the conversation from here. At this point, he leads you down right into the center of town. There's a large for this town, but not very big, single-story building in which... Oh, come on. Keep going. Damn it. All right. That's not where we're going. This is where we're going. As he begins to have you come in, everything is very simple. Handmade furniture, handmade beds. Everything there is the work of not necessarily expert craftsmen, but it definitely does the job. As he just kind of comes in, he off to the right, he shows you this is the guest room. This is where it was originally our children's room, but now we have no use for it. So go ahead and make yourselves at home.
Thank you. We really appreciate this. Guys, what do we think? I mean, what else can we ask of the town? I mean, obviously we're potentially owed more, but what else might we need?
Do you have any cool stuff for us?
Transport to Perez, maybe? If they have any means of that. or anything that could help.
For the record, you guys have parked your carriage just inside the gates.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess so. Obviously, well, one of the people that we're looking for, something that we maybe haven't found an answer for yet for ourselves, is this wealthy ally of the devil, well, potentially Strahd's. So, like, other than Strahd, Burgomaster, who is the wealthiest person in Barovia?
Well, I can tell you, we have no fucking clue in the world. We decided that we kept to ourselves, and up until today, it worked out well for us. But it seems here is our existence is as much endangered as anybody else's, so I can't really give you that much in terms of information, but know that you have somewhere where you can hide, you can recover, but that's not where our strengths lie.
What are your strengths then?
Well, if you need natural resources, a place to smith, need a place to heal, we can help take care of some of the more primal needs.
Smiths, do you guys work silver?
I'm sure if you provide us the raw materials, we can.
You don't have the resources here, though.
Unfortunately, no. It was what we needed to survive, and that was it.
Okay.
Money here doesn't fly very far. We've always just traded our goods on the promise of we'll get to see another day.
Fair enough.
So can I ask you guys a question?
Of course.
Shoot.
What was it that originally brought you here?
Fog?
We were looking for Esmeralda.
Oh, here.
Or you mean to Kraychik, or do you mean to Barovia?
Well, let's start off with A and then answer B.
Well, Kraychik was Esmeralda. We were looking for her. We were
I
believe she could help us out.
Well, that sounds like an accomplished mission.
Indeed. How we got to Barovia? A very annoying bard sang a song and opened a portal, and here we are.
Bards are the worst, am I right?
Yeah.
See, he looks at you with this this little kind of it's more in jest than what he actually thinks.
And I just agree, desperate for friends.
But we've been sent here to collect Strahd's head, and that's what we aim to do.
I see. Well, I have to inform you, there have been 11 groups like you that came in and tried anything to get through our walls, and they all eventually fell. I think there was one. I had a gnome with him. Annoying as fuck. Wouldn't shut up about how he was starting a business up in Barovia.
Hey, that guy sounds familiar.
Let me tell you something. He is the worst.
How long ago did they come through?
Maybe 5 years ago now.
Oh, okay.
Calendars don't really seem important when you're just trying to make sure tomorrow's a possibility.
Was that the last you saw of that group?
I mean, I don't really go outside these walls to talk to people, so yeah.
That's fair.
But there's got to be something else we can do for you guys. Meal, food, something. We don't have much, but just say the word.
I mean, you never turn down free food. That's just Adventurer 101.
All right, well, I'll leave you guys to figure out what you need. Just holler when you've decided.
Thank you.
At this point, he walks away. Those of you who want to do things before you rest, go for it.
So, Leovan, how many zombies did you kill? And are we counting skeletons?
I'll count skeletons, but I'm pretty sure. Ooh, I mean, I lost count, man.
Is it more than 4?
Lucian wins by default.
Oh, easily more than 4.
Huh.
You can see that his spike growth took out 6 of them alone.
I had probably 10.
But I'm the one that
Damn.
told you to cast the spike growth, so really those should count for me.
Oh, can you do that?
Be a great leader? Yeah, absolutely.
Make a performance check.
Who needs to make a performance check?
You.
Oh, okay.
This is just to entertain me.
That's a natural 20 plus 4. 24.
Okay. And now make a deception check.
Okay. That is a natural 19 plus 10, so 29.
All right. You walk up to the window of the room, and you've seen Leovan cast this spell before, and kind of the hand movements he makes, the things he mutters to himself. You don't know the specific words, but you know how your mouth should be moving, and you point out the window and move your hands out, because you know that if you cast it in the room, he's going to know that you're lying to begin with, but you sell it. You're selling it. At this point, Leovan, make an insight roll.
Natural 20? I'm rolling a lot of those things.
Yeah, but you know to check the window.
So I check the window.
Nothing happened.
Almost had me.
Almost. Alright, well, I guess the next round of drinks is on me. But I want a rematch. No magic.
No magic?
No magic this time.
Okay. We can do that.
Because I bet not counting that, I had you beat, since Hagrid stole all those kills.
He did steal a few from me, yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry that the Goliath character left you alive.
Oh, I'm not
I
saying it's a
would've
bad thing.
survived.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It affected the outcome of the competition for sure, but it was a great move.
You know, I remember this so much when Gimli and
Legolas?
Legolas were sitting there fighting in Mordor when the ring finally got destroyed and everybody in Mordor died on the bad guy's side. And they're just sitting there, it's like, God damn it, the fucking game's over now.
That still only counts as one. So DM, do I need to forego a long rest in order to attune to this weapon, or does it happen during a long rest?
No, it happens during the long rest.
Okay, cool.
It's take way more than a half hour to get it done.
Gotcha.
For part of the rest, I want to try to make some arrows that I can light on fire.
All right, go ahead and make a survival check. Yeah.
That is a 25.
All right, go ahead and roll a. No, you'll make 12 arrows that are based off of some of the components that you knew Tony had, and you were able to collect some on your own because they're really easy to get to. You're able to make some arrows that, as soon as the arrowhead hits something hard, can create a spark that lights the shaft on fire.
Nice.
You'll have those, and the resources would be about maybe 5 gold.
Okay.
All right, and then anybody else?
I think I'm all right.
Lucian, you're back at full health and full spells. Lucian, you'll get there eventually. Yeah, but as you sleep, you begin to like have this really vivid dream, and through it, you begin to see flashbacks of the deal that went bad in your unnamed hometown. At this point, your focus the person, the town's administrator, the mayor of it, and it just comes in, and as you sit there, there's just this intense rage in your mind. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
It's 17.
17. As you get through, you're able to keep yourself asleep through all of this. And as it comes down, you can just see as your compatriots are going through. They're getting attacked, trying to run, evade, hide. And then there's the one that you were closest with, whose name was. Throw it in for me because I forgot.
Shit, I don't remember.
All right, so we'll come back and we'll edit that on the YouTube stream. She comes around, she hides, and she looks back, and a short sword, boom, right through the chest. Make another wisdom saving throw.
16.
16. At this point, you wake up. You're just sweating. You realize that this is just a war flashback, and there's a voice that comes from the scimitar and just goes, "I can set things right."
I look around to see who said that.
There's no one in the room. It comes down. It's like, it's just you and me. And at this point, some of the clouds begin to form up from the scimitar. It doesn't have any form at all. It just says, "You've been wronged. Those who wrong you still exist. They deserve justice, don't they?"
Yeah, they do.
They've wronged you. They've wronged the world. Their death can come. I can help.
How?
First, we need to get you out of here. Take care of Strahd. I'll be by your side. And then once we finish that task, we'll speak more about that. And at this point, you've picked up the scimitar in your hands, and along the hilt, you just see a name. Strahd. Just magically becomes imprinted on it.
Okay.
At the end of the game, I'll give you the full scimitar abilities.
Okay.
Yep. At this point, the clouds just begin to dissipate. It goes back to being a regular scimitar. You look outside, full moon's out, looks to be about 2 a.m. Anything you want to do before you head back to sleep?
I want to look to see if any of my compatriots are stirring or anything. If they noticed that at all, or if they were asleep to it.
Make a perception check.
27.
As you go through, if you expected a voice to sit there and wake everybody up, you'd be kind of surprised how heavy the rest of your party is at sleeping. But as you realize that this is coming from the scimitar, it is probably the time you spent attuning to it that allowed for that communication to happen, and they would have had no chance to hear it.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so as morning comes, the entire party is at full health, spells, your tattoo abilities regenerate. You begin to come up without you asking. Dimitri and his wife have provided a full feast-style breakfast, continental style, of course, for you guys to eat.
All right.
Nice. Let's
Yeah.
dig in and discuss our next step, probably.
sure.
All right, as you guys begin to take seats, you've noticed that Dimitri and his wife have kind of left you guys to your own devices. There's no reason to be pestering guests at the Kratzoff bed and breakfast.
All right. So, what do you guys think? Is Perez the next step, or?
What were the other places that we could go?
So,
Argina Vazcult or whatever that
yeah,
one was.
Argina Vostalt Abbey is.
What are we supposed to find there?
So when we talked to Van Richten, he told us that we may be able to find people that we can rally to our cause. Since at that time we were still kind of looking for people that we could sort of recruit, kind of like what we did back in Acre. But then also too, when I was asking around in Valakai about people who could teach various combat techniques, I was also pointed towards Argina Vostelt Abbey. So I don't know what's there, but it seems like it could be advantageous for our group.
And Esmeralda advised against it.
She just
The
said
only
that
contrary. Not what we think.
Right.
It's not anything that I know, Esmeralda says in between bites. This is all the reports I've had here, which is sit there and tell me that it's going to be more like the Abbey here, and that there's going to be a lot more for us to deal with than it just being a fort of individuals. Think about it. If we had even 30 people to rise up against Strahd, 30 people is not going to be enough to make a giant dent for us to come in. It'd be enough to distract, but for a couple of minutes. If there's still people around there, there's probably something more sinister going on than meets the eye. But this is my best guess. I don't know. As she continues eating.
Haggard, can you pass the butter?
It sounds reasonable.
This butter without any preservatives that existed in Acre, it tastes goddamn organic and goddamn delicious.
And then I pass a basket of like bread and rolls over towards Laven. I don't know, guys. I think, I mean, part of me thinks that, I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I don't know that, right now, I don't know, people are kind of making me nervous about fighting this Bavala saga. And,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, do we want to kind of strengthen up before we head that way, just in case that's pretty rough?
right. But Bavala saga is necessary so that we can get our weapons blessed, which is we're gonna need that against Strahd, which I'm assuming Bavala saga is not as strong as Strahd. And I don't know that we 5 are strong enough right now to go to Castle Ravenloft.
We just took out his right-hand man, so...
We took out his right-hand man with a bunch of nobodies following him.
Right, I'm not saying go face Strahd, but the gap between right-hand man and Baba Saga can't be too much.
Yeah. We got lucky. This is a guy that probably could have taken us out single-handedly if we were in the right situation. He misread something. He made a mistake, and we made him pay. Baba Lysaga was the one that taught Strahd the arcane arts. She's going to be pretty strong at this.
Guys, I know magic. We got this.
Are you like able to like counter spell or anything like that, Crispin?
I can dispel magic, of course.
I also have Dispel Magic.
Are either of you guys able to like stop spells before they happen?
I have Silence.
I can sing and distract them.
Okay. So I mean, I've weighed in. What do you guys think? Like Haggard, what do you think's the best way to go? You seem to have a level head and all this stuff.
Well, I think it's going to be inevitable. So maybe if there is a way to bolster our numbers and get some more advantage on our side. Either way, I think that's something we need to do.
Yeah, and if we can get better weapons in our Ginevez cult, or pardon my mouthful of teeth, then I would assume that would help us for when they get blessed as well. Better base weapons, better blessing.
Yeah, as you butchered the word Argina Vostal, Esmeralda just goes, bless you.
Thank you.
That's another good point. I mean, we know that the Order of the Silver Dragon was there at one point in time, so maybe there's some silver weapons or something there too, or maybe at least just some stuff that we can break down and silver more things with, kind of like you did with your arrows, Laven.
Yes.
What the goal? How visibly become harder it is to get into Castle Ravenloft. Honestly, if we have a surgical strike and a clear plan, we're going to be way better at penetrating this castle. Strahd now knows that the ones that killed his right-hand man. If he's looking for any sort of uprising against him.
True. So we can still remain small, but do we still think it's worth going to Argina's cult? Much better than that time, I think.
Argina. That's where you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, if we're sitting there going for supplies, absolutely.
Yeah, bolster our small group, not necessarily add to it.
I would not sit there and... I think once your gnome comes back, that's about as big of a squad as we can handle. If we needed somebody to create a small distraction, understand it's going to last 10 minutes at the most if they do everything right.
Well,
which we want to send
maybe that's all we need.
Strahd's a master deceiver. We did it with a stick in 2 seconds, so
10 minutes.
That's not go too well.
10 minutes might be all we need to sneak in and steal the sun sword.
At this point, she looks towards Hagrid and goes, "You're okay with innocent people dying like this?"
Sometimes you have to sacrifice a few.
Yeah, I'm with Hagrid. I'm not trying to get people killed if I don't have to, but sometimes if you want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs.
We're going after the greater evil here.
Do we have?
In the long run is going to probably kill more people.
Do we have another plan?
I mean, I'm open to suggestions.
All right, so on our to-do list, we've got Argina Vostal, we've got Baba Lysaga.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
The amulet, but that was also in Perez, right? Where we think it is, right?
So there's an
Midtown
amulet
City?
and a tome. So one of the two is there, and then one of those two is with some wealthy ally to Strahd.
Wait, we just got an amulet off of Strahd's right-hand man who was wearing nice-ass studded stuff. Could that be the amulet?
Like, do we think that Rahadim could be the wealthy ally to Strahd? Is that what you're saying?
He's his right-hand man. He was wearing really nice studded armor. He made a point to make sure it was nice, and he had an amulet. I'm just saying.
Hagrid, make a Arcana check.
It could just all be coincidence, but
16.
You're beginning to believe that this is coincidence. Although there is an arcane presence on this amulet, it seems way too mundane or way too common of a magical spell to believe that this is going to help you against the head vampire.
okay.
You don't know for sure, but the common sense test says probably not.
That's kind of what I was thinking anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, Misty Step is nice and effective and all, but it's certainly not ground shaking.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Esmeralda, do you know anything like who would be considered like a wealthy ally to Strahd other than Rahadim? Like, is there like who are the real players economy wise in Barovia? And I know that that's kind of an oxymoron.
Well, it comes down to, if we think about this, we can eliminate Krachik by and large because it's a closed economy. There's no money trade. Other than wine, there's nothing coming in or out. And then we can cross them off. Berez, same deal. Ruins of a city. No money moving anywhere else.
Guys, just throwing this out there, maybe wealth isn't just restricted to material in this case. Maybe they're talking about a wealth of knowledge. Maybe they're talking about a wealth of ability.
Baba Saga?
That may indicate something. I still don't think it's Baba Saga because that'd be too on the nose.
Yes.
If we're looking towards where, if we sit there, go money, knowledge, abilities, manpower. The two places most likely to have something there is going to be Valakai and the village of Barovia. Those are the two largest settlements, still not large though. Maybe there's something that that you guys didn't search when you first went to Valakai. Maybe we can find out a little bit more information between people that live there. Seems like a good first step.
Okay.
Plus, my mentor's tower's on the way. There's some cool stuff there, and I left my vampire hunting wagon over there. I'm sure I can need a restock.
Van Richten has a tower?
I want to hear more about the vampire hunting wagon.
Does the wagon hunt vampires?
No, it's got all the stuff that I need, and then there's an enchantment on the wagon where we can conceal it, and it looks like it belongs to a circus.
Oh.
So wait, there's two of those wagons?
Well, if there's two vampire hunters in Barovia, and each of us have a hunting wagon, makes sense, doesn't it?
I suppose. Doesn't make sense. There's two circuses in this godforsaken realm, but all right.
Not the best cover.
All right, well, let's go.
Yeah, where is Van Richten's tower? Like on the global map, where is that at?
Van Richten's tower, as I grab the map. This is the Castle Ravenloft side. It's not there. Van Richten's tower will be V on this.
Oh, that island in Lake Baratok kind of looking thing? Oh, okay. Well,
you guys, where are you guys at right now?
Us.
Yeah, as you guys head east on Old Sablish Road, Esmeralda just goes like, yeah, we're just going to head east, and there's a path we can take. It's out of the ways a little bit, but we'll see some cool stuff there.
So what are we saying? It's about a day, 3/4 of a day to get there, based on the fact that it took 2 days from Valakai to Krachik?
And I have to open up the map again. It'll take roughly about a day, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit less than a day. Well, it'll take about 7 hours of travel. A day of travel is 8 hours.
Should we leave word with Dimitri that we've headed towards the tower at Lake Baratok? That way he can send Tony and AS our way when they get back from whatever the hell it is that Tony does.
Making ass hats.
That's probably not a bad idea.
I think he's going to have to catch up with us eventually. Hopefully, at least. He's got my boots.
Yeah, tell him our plan. We're going there, then we're heading to Valakai.
Yeah, at the very least, we can always head to Van Richten's tower and see if that informs anything, another decision or anything like that.
Right. Okay. Then tell Van Richten where we're going. send them on a scavenger hunt for us. Makes sense. Got it.
All right. So you guys finish up your meal, pack up your bags, cloudy scimitar and all, and that, because we have 22 minutes left and an area that doesn't have maps yet, we're going to conclude just a little bit early this week because the battle I thought was going to go on a little bit later. So thanks again for playing, guys. Those of you who are watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Those of you watching on Twitch, what the hell have you done for the last 3 hours and 40 minutes? But is it Sunday yet?
No.